जी यूट्यूब में पर बोला हमारी देख लिया क्या हुआ आपको चल रहा नहीं क्या नहीं अरे बोल क्या है बस इसको नहीं रखूंगा बॉल चलो चलो फील्ड सेट करो जल्दी देखो उसमें भी 140
Ashish, who is taking strike?
Strike कौन ले रहा है?
ஆமா ஒரே ஒரு ரெண்டு மட்டும் தான் அந்த ரெண்டு வந்து ஆப்போசிட் சைடு ஃபேஸ் பண்ண சொல்லுங்க
बताओ खेलना नहीं
கேக்கல இல்ல வேணாம் இந்த சைடு ஆமா அந்த சைடு ஃபேஸ் பண்ண வேணாம் இந்த சைடு ஃபேஸ் பண்ண சொல்லு தாப்ரா ஆமா நீ நிக்கிற ரெண்டு கரெக்ட் தான் झुकेगा नहीं साला your jacket is helping frog bugs
Saturday वाला मैच बोल में
all about food always सारे बॉलरों की गलती तो पकड़ी है क्या बॉलर
अजय ओपनिंग बॉलर बता देना ओपनिंग बॉलर बता देना
it's already 10 minutes left
ओपनिंग बॉलर बता देना
where is the captain Ajay run man Ankudi are there but we didn't add it to the team
no I'm not playing
Ajay hey Ajay who is the opening bowler sure
your doubts I'm sure
no otherwise I'll have to change the whole setup Abba, I think scoring is not easier than umpiring. At least we can say. Akash,
I have to come and say well played man I have to really come and say thank you amazing literally amazing the way you trash because this Pakistani club is like that only
dude they were abusing like no
आपको अंधेरा होगा भाई
enna veno
इधर
pana pesadu kekudha illaya ungalukla enna venonu ketta Bales, where is the Bales and field kit, man? It's already there, right? They say it's not there. मैं तुझे को बोला अभी यार Ashish, thanks for thank you sir. मैं बोल रहा था अरे फिर उधर नला लड़ी को जीटी पे ये वाइट पैड्स आर नॉट अ लेसन कंटिन्यू फाइट उसी के बाद में umpires will ask you to remove the pad I was playing in the league with these on ना ये तो मॉर्निंग लाऊंगा ब्रो अरे वो कीपर के पैड्स आर वाइट कीपर doesn't have LPW you have LPW I will not let him in put them in there what say that again the keeper pads are white which keeper's pad is white only one there is only one keeper man how many keepers are there no they painted it yesterday only it is white I'll show you okay you want to get LPW and second ball that is what is written on your pad today who will change it
You know the rule, right? With white patch. The moment it hits the patch, the umpire will give it out.
Okay, I'll be like this.
You are number one LBW player. You will never be able to do that. Also on the other side, everything that we speak is already on stream. It picks up the mic. Like it picks up until the bowling end as well. So, yeah, it's already on YouTube. Whatever we're discussing, you being LBW candidate, everything is on YouTube.
Forget that. We were talking all
When is the game? Next week? Titans versus Strikers. Or at least Titans will have it, don't you? I have commentary. Guys, let's do commentary. There are so many people sitting simply, so let's do commentary. Otherwise, it will pick so many voices, which is not so good.
अरे बॉल आ जाएगी लाओ मैं क्या
Commentary, automatically you focus on batting. Now, how is it? How is it? Is it any better? Yeah.
Ravi, can you update the school?
How is it? 11.
Where are you playing from this one?
We started because we were supposed to play on field 2. We were supposed to play in field 2, but when we moved, it was in urgency they started it.
No, also we can. In the next over, we can ask them to move.
Next over we'll move.
States are also playing.
Yeah, we'll move. Yeah, walkie-talkie. Santosh, after this over, let's change the ends.
Kids are playing.
End மாத்திரலாம் இந்த ஓவருக்கு அப்புறமா. ரெண்டு ஓவர் மட்டும் இந்த எண்டு, அதுக்கப்புறமா எண்டு சேஞ்ச் அவங்களுக்கும். இல்ல 2 ஓவருக்கு அப்புறமா பர்மனெண்டா அந்த சைடு மாத்திரு. குழந்தைங்க விளையாடுறாங்க ஃபுட்பால்ல.
11.
சொல்லிட்டேன். Ashish, after 2 overs the end will change. Even for them after 2 overs end will change because there are kids playing.
Okay.
பந்த முடியாமல் கையை ஆட்டிட்டு பந்த முடியாமல் கையை ஓத்திட்டு இருக்கான். முதல் பேர் சொல்லு. பரவாயில்ல, அதனால
பந்த பிடிக்கிற அளவுக்கு திறமை தான். அவன் எப்படி இருக்கான்? Change of ends. Score 14-0 after 3.
2 over 14-0, right?
Yeah, 2 overs 14 for no loss. Next time home team should bring chairs and all right.
Overs are for?
14 for no loss.
Okay.
திருப்பி சொல்லுங்க. சரி, நான் செக் பண்றேன், நீங்க ஆடுங்க.
साहब देख के जल्दी नहीं है कोई बात करके खेलो कोई नहीं टाइम लेके खेलो अपना
Chinese still biryani service going on? No, I do. Stop the Yes. Okay. Ravi.
How do we put out here? Batter out or not, or 3 points.
कौन है हमारा फर्स्ट डाउन?
Try to yourself, huh?
What was the thing Manu was telling me in score? Something that he was saying in score.
I mean, we were discussing. I didn't know that the white ball is wrong.
The white ball comes.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I don't know. I should reckon you score.
Hey! Nice shot! Jordan boy! 6 man. Yeah. Come this side.
End over. Continue.
Is over done?
Yeah.
அந்த பாக்ஸில் டில்டட் இருக்கும் எடுங்களா On that box, you'll have a change adapter for tilted. No, yeah, there will be a one
Bowler name?
bowler named Varun Kumar.
Varun Kumar. Okay.
Can you put this there?
And it's a wide and four. Wide?
Four.
But wide भी है तो अब क्या होगा?
Four man, four.
Wait.
It's crossed.
Guys, wait. You gave it now. Yeah.
Wide 4. Then Naveen, what to add in wide 4?
Just put wide. You didn't click bowler running in?
I clicked, but it's not coming.
Okay, now click again.
Bowler running in?
Yeah. Wide.
Wide. 2 run, right?
No, put that 4 now.
Okay. Wide plus 4 or only 4 wide? Wide plus 4. So 5 runs it is.
6 runs.
Wide plus 4, 6.
Should be registered as 4 wides or as a wide plus 4 runs. 5 wide plus. Yeah. But it will take 6. It will
Oh,
automatically.
it will automatically. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, last ball.
Yeah. 1 or 2 7 balls with you.
I didn't bring my kit only, otherwise I would have given you your balls.
That's the other 6 man.
5. No.
Oh, it only takes 5 runs then.
Yeah, it took 5 runs.
Really?
It took only 5 runs.
Okay, then change it, then edit it and change it.
So next ball single.
Fuck this man.
Done. Bowler running in, single. Done. Kang 80, Tanvir 80, doesn't care. And now Minder is running. So is batting, which is fine. Done.
Yeah, cool.
So 19 or not?
18. Bowler running in, wide. Yes. It automatically takes us 2 wides. When we give runs to it, we need to give it in full. Okay.
But now we change.
நான் அது சொல்கிறேன் ரன்னு போட்டால் அது வந்து வைட ஒன்றா கனெக்ட் பண்ணுது.
So it's not taking on each other. Wide.
Good one. ऐसे लैंडस्केप व्यू भी हो जाता है. What's the score?
29.
34. 34. Fourth. Double.
Run out, easy run out.
इधर तो पहुंच गया. अरे यार. गिर गया.
Spirit of the game, boys.
रवि
Fell down.
हाँ वो गिर गया.
No, Ashish, ask him to wait. Go ask the opposition captain if he wants to appeal. Does the opposition captain want to appeal? It's out.
कैसे गिरा था? Like how he fell? Like slip down. वो देखो लाइट.
No, umpire says no. Who was the fielder who threw the ball?
Keeper इधर से.
Ashish. And who, that went to Varun, right?
Bad luck.
Second time, man. The moment they said two, I know it's wrong. It was only which end it was supposed to happen.
He would have reached.
லோன் சொன்னான் ஒரு வாரம்
நான் தான் சொல்கிறேன் காலை பார்த்துட்டே சொல்லிட்டேன் 2வது கால் கொடுக்குறப்ப. ஏன்னா அவன் அவ்வளோ லேட் அவன் கால் கொடுத்தது. அவன் தான் அவுட்டாக இருக்கும். நீங்கள் அழுதுனால நீங்கள் அவுட் எல்லாம் நீங்கள் கம்ஃபர்டபுளாக போயிருந்துருக்கீங்க. என்ன கால் கொடுக்குறானுங்கன்னா தெரியல. ஆனால் ஒரு நல்ல விஷயம் இதுக்கு 2மே வந்து ரன் அவுட் கேண்டிடேட் தான். ஆர்டர் 2மே. பட் வைட்டு தானே இல்லைங்க நீங்கள் கேட்கணும் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அப்பீல் பண்ணணுமா இல்லாமல் ஆப்போசிஷன் காசுனா என்ன வலிக்கு தானே இல்லைங்க ஸ்பிரிட் ஆஃப் தி கேம் அப்பீல் பண்ணாமல் இருக்க வேண்டியது தானே.
क्या हुआ बैट
ஆறாரா பேட்டிங்கு
அவன் தானே நம்ம என்ன இது வளர்க்கணும் நோன்னா
இல்லை காலை வந்து தப்பு.
பாட்டு மாற்றி கொடுத்தாங்க திரும்பி வந்தீங்கன்னா இந்த இதுக்கு நான் வந்துருக்கேன் அவனே ரீச் ஆகிட்டேன்.
நான் என்ன சொல்கிறேன் அது ஏன் நீங்கள் நோ சொல்ல மாட்டேங்கிறீங்க உடம்பு இருக்க மாட்டேங்கிறீங்க.
அது அவனோட டேஞ்சர்
எவ்வளோ டேஞ்சர்ன்றது நீங்கள் பாலை பார்த்தீங்களா இந்த எண்ணில் தானே இருக்கீங்க.
நான் தான் வேணான்னு சொன்னேன் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் லோன் சொன்னேன்
ஓடாதீங்கன்ற அவன் தலையெழுத்து நமக்கு என்ன வந்து ஓடணும்ட்டு. ஆகாஷ் சரோவரா போலது
good running money
Good running yaar. चार आगे चार
இல்லை 4 runs.
wide but let's do it. You all will be counted. Ball counted.
ஸ்கோரிங் வந்து வெறும் வைடுன்னு போட்டால் 2 ரன் எடுத்துருவோம். ஏன்னா வைடுக்கு 2 போட்டால் அந்த வைடை 1 ரன்னாக மாற்றிடுவோம். பேட்டிங் என்ன ஆசிஸ் சொல்கிறேன்.
चलो भगते रहो एक तो और आएगा.
லவ் சார் this way அந்த நெட்டு கீழே இருக்குதுங்க.
बढ़िया हो गया भाई हो गया नहीं हुआ
नंगी टी शर्ट तो मिल गया आपको फिर.
Five overs 48 for 2.
How many hours?
5 overs 48 for 2.
This particular setup, the frog, what is called frog box, it automatically takes the shot and put it in the highlights.
Yeah, that is, it times with the scorer.
Okay.
So when I choose, so when I choose bowler running in, it starts capturing, and the moment when I click on 4, so it takes 5 seconds here and there. So that is how the highlights are captured. So when I score later, and when you pick the highlight, it will be like empty.
Okay. That's why it's important.
It's important for
Bowler
like this, correct. So we should really time when the bowler crosses the umpire, the bowler running in. Otherwise all this delay will be captured again. He was nowhere close to the ball. How is he going to catch it?
And it stops when the recording.
The recording is by default for 8 hours or until I start.
No, the shot, that specific shot.
Yeah, like 5 seconds. The moment I put the score, it takes 5 seconds. So if the 6 is done, the moment I put it as 6 and close, then it is.
Naveen?
Yeah.
His name also Dharani?
Whose name is Dharma? Jaypal Vasan. Jaypal Vasan. Somebody go to the commentary and say Jaypal was playing football.
You can do that.
Yeah, if you go, so we are only, what I said will also be there.
Do some comment.
Oh.
Without the mic also, if you just speak near the camera, it will automatically get recorded.
Yeah, my wife.
Where to plug it in?
Like, I can hear you.
No, if you just go there and watch YouTube, you'll hear me speaking only. You don't need mic also. You can just talk, it will capture.
Yeah?
Yeah, call someone.
बहुत ही बढ़िया shot.
Yeah, just go there and say somebody can check in YouTube, it will be there. Murad already called me. Why did you disable the audio? I said, okay, I will do that.
Batting में है आशीष. And the next ball
ये
comes
विरल
in.
की
And it's a huge
और
six.
ये
With the wind, it might cross the boundary, and it is. It's a huge six.
ये BSNL छक्का.
Connecting QPL.
ये ओवर के बाद मिजाज गरमाता हुआ
I think हवा की वजह से भी ये छक्का चला गया.
हो सकता है.
हवा ने थोड़ी हेल्प करी आशीष की.
हमें अपने कैप्टन को रैग नहीं करना चाहिए, लेकिन
अभी हम कमेंटेटर.
अभी हम कमेंटेटर हैं.
I know how important.
Score.
60 for 2.
60 for 2.
बढ़िया गाइस.
60 for 2.
कितने
ओवर हो गए? That will be extra charge.
6 ओवर.
बहुत ही बढ़िया खेल रहे हैं. Terminators. आज कमेंट्री करेंगे.
is going to get terminated.
ये फ्लाइटेड बॉल.
बॉल बाहर, ग्राउंड के बाहर.
It's a huge six. The ball kept going away from the ground.
ये तो मुरली का इंग्लिश कमेंट्री कर रहा है
All languages.
हर तरह के लोग हैं भाई. तो भाई तमिल में भी बोल. तेलुगु तमिल. Let's do it.
Pan India commentary.
everybody
Gujarati.
You don't need to call Viral. You give 3 sixes and then we can say that Gujarati guy giving sixes.
Okay.
Was that a stumping missed?
because people is wearing white tag.
That was definitely stumping missed.
He will not get stumping because
Stumping missed. Missing money is stumping. How costly is that going to be?
Let's see. Next ball. Here we go. And
This is how
nice
costly it is.
flick. They're planning for 2. Will they get it?
Never.
No. They don't want to take chances and another run out.
Ashish had his own biryani in it from his restaurant today.
Hey, you can say it out loud. He is your captain. It's okay.
you will just hear it in highlights.
No, not our Ashish. Like Ashish will keeping.
Oh.
अरे लगाया है छक्का. बहुत ही उम्दा.
Goal for 6.
Good shot.
Shot man.
बहुत ही बढ़िया.
जैसा सिखाया गया आशीष को नेट
जैसा सिखाया था मैंने नेट्स पे एकदम वही शॉट मारा है.
नेट में दूर नहीं गया खुद ही जानी पड़ रही ना.
और तेज बॉल कराई इस बार. थोड़ी स्पीड में चेंज और इजली 2 रन ले सकते थे बट मना कर दिया. आशीष फिर से
Great call.
Great throw.
Interestingly, both people have been dropped and they are punishing now. That is why catchers win matches. Also stumping.
Yeah.
Hey Murad, send me a message if you are live and audible, man. How do we know otherwise?
अरे
Fast
बहुत
ball.
ही बढ़िया.
Another boundary.
Run.
हो गया 4. चलो भाई जैसा उनको मिनी को भी सिखाया गया.
Apparently, the costliest over so far. 14 runs came out of it. No, more. 18 runs came out of it. 78.
78.
6 is 1 4. Yeah.
18 runs came out of it. Will Viral continue the same thing by giving 18 runs? At least count overs, 7 overs up. Sit there and update every over so that you don't need to ask me for overs.
That will, like I said, that will be charged extra.
Yeah, you can charge your captain.
I'll charge the second week.
क्या करेंगे वीरल इस बॉल में.
कुछ नहीं कर पाएंगे तो करेंगे.
Oh, क्या ही एक और कैच मिस हुआ.
बहुत ही बढ़िया.
Is it a drop catch?
I don't know if it's a dropped catch, but it was definitely a dropped run.
ट्रांसफॉर्मर्स के कंधे झुकते हुए.
सब कुछ झुकता हुआ.
फैमिली शो. उसकी बारी में है.
102 meters, huh?
एयर होस्टेस को लाते हुए.
अरे वो कैसे बोलते हैं ये गगनचुंबी छक्का.
So the pattern continues. Every bowler gives a 6.
This was a costly signal.
That was a costly miss field.
Yeah.
One more. Oh, almost.
भाई बहुत ही प्यारा. घूम गई.
One of the best fielders. So it's only 1 run.
यार है दंगा.
मतलब best fielders ने सोना नहीं पकड़ लिया यार अंगन घेरा.
मुंजे कर ली. हरी यार. Oh.
Well kept. Good over so far. Only 8 runs came out of it. He has 2 more balls to give 18. Let's see. He has 1 more ball to give 6 runs.
Is 1 more ball to give 6?
Then he will be exactly tallying the previous one. Now it is at 12.
I think he'll keep up.
I am saying he's going to fire one very fast. And it will be a wide.
LBC.
Wide, fast ball.
Be a single.
Six.
It's a single.
Good batting.
Now he can go.
8 overs, 91 for 2. Kagi. Change 8 overs, 91 for 2. Pandrompa. Suma kya team hai?
Good going, guys!
Eight overs, 91 for 2. சொல்டா ஆமா அதுக்கு தான் பேசுறேன் கேட்கறதுக்கு தான் பேசுறேன்
ஹரி
அப்படிதான் அவனுங்களாம் பண்ணணும்னு
34.
அப்படியா சரி நான் ஒரு சொல்கிறேன் நான் உனக்கு ஏதாவது பண்ணணும்னு நானுங்க சுற்றி இருக்கிறவனுங்க சரி ஓகே கமெண்ட்ரி கொடுக்குறது கஷ்டம் நான் ஸ்கோர் பண்ணுறேன் நான் சொல்லிடுறேன் Richie says it's very awkward on YouTube if you're not giving proper commentary.
Let's not do that.
Give mic to someone.
There is mic. Somebody connect and talk.
यार तू ही सही कर रहा था. Okay.
Guys, please move.
Connect कर दो. हाँ connect.
Yeah, I guess you have to connect it here. No.
ना ये पावर है.
Good ball.
Where to connect this?
On the frog box behind there is something called as mic
Okay, in the box.
or headphone. I think you'll have to go.
It is connected, we can hear you.
No, it is not connected.
No, it's not connected, but you can still hear because we are.
One is headphone, one is mic.
Okay.
आवाज आ रही है? हेलो माइक चेक आ रही है? और बॉलर दौड़ते हुए अच्छी गेंद और बहुत ही अच्छा शॉट. मनी आज रुकने के मूड में नहीं दिख रहे हैं. हवा भी साथ दे रही है और बहुत ही बढ़िया छक्का था ये. बैट्समैन तैयार. बॉलर दौड़ते हुए फिर से और पैर फिसल गया. आई होप कुछ सीरियस ना हो, बट आई थिंक इट्स ऑल गुड. रनर अप की तरफ वापस जाते हुए और फिर से बॉलर आ रहे हैं. शॉर्ट बॉल और ट्राई करा था हिट का, बट वाइड का इशारा. बट यहाँ पे अपील भी की जा रही है कैच आउट की. हमें तो कोई निक नहीं सुनाई दी. थर्ड अंपायर नहीं है यहाँ, सॉरी, नो DRS.
So it's a wide ball, 2 रन का इजाफा. And the next ball छोटी थी, शॉट अच्छा था, बट सिंगल ही मिलेगा. And the bowler running in. It's a good ball. सिंगल चुरा लिया है फिर भी. Ten overs, 101. 9 overs, 102. करेक्शन स्कोरबोर्ड में. एंड अभी थोड़ी देर में हम अपने कमेंट्री बॉक्स में श्रीनी को वेलकम करेंगे, हु इज द नेक्स्ट बैट्समैन, एंड वील डिस्कस अबाउट द स्ट्रेटजीज फॉर टर्मिनेटर्स. द बॉस, द यूनिवर्सल बॉस. आशीष कप्तान जी ने हेलमेट मंगाया है. लगता है बहुत ही खतरनाक गेंदबाज आए हैं अब. आशीष इज स्कैर्ड एंड ही इज आस्किंग फॉर हेलमेट. वरुण नेक्स्ट टर्मिनेटर्स वर्सेस द कैप्टन टर्मिनेटर्स के. देखते हैं, वील सी इन द नेक्स्ट बॉल. द हेलमेट इज ऑन. लेट्स सी कौन किसकी लेता. सॉरी गाइस, माय नेम इज अ सीक्रेट, सो आई विल नॉट टेल. Everyone is waiting. Bowler running in. Full toss and just a single. We'll check if it was waist high or not. I think it's good. It's a good ball. Fair delivery. So single. First ball. Just to give you guys an update, Lucknow Super Giants need 83 runs in 54 balls in IPL. And QPL Terminators are batting first. Good running between the wickets. आराम से single चुराया है. Varun running in towards Ashish again, and he tried hitting it. It could have been a catch, an awesome catch, but he missed it. Now it's a 4. So it's overall a good ball, good shot, but lazy fielding. Say that. वरुण दौड़ते हुए फिर से, और बहुत ही अच्छे से मारा है, और इस बार क्या कैच पकड़ा जाएगा, और कैच आउट. आशीष पवेलियन की तरफ आते हुए, और ये रिवेंज ले लिया गया है आई थिंक वरुण ने। We are following the new rules, na? No? Well played. तालियों का स्वागत। सवनीत जाते हुए। स्कोर अच्छा है अभी तक हमारा। देखना है यहाँ से एक्सलेशन कैसे लेते हैं। बैट्समैन क्रॉस हो गए थे तो मनिंदर बैटिंग करेंगे। हम अभी भी पुराने रूल्स फॉलो कर रहे हैं ना, हमारे दर्शकों के लिए बता दे। बहुत अच्छी बॉल और बहुत ही प्यारा शॉट, चौका। गुड वन माने। 1-1-2 for 3. बॉलर कमिंग इन। फिर से बहुत अच्छा शॉट और बहुत ही प्यारा कैच पकड़ लिया है। इसी के लिए फील्डर सेट किया था और फंस गए जाल में मनिंदर। और यहां पे टर्मिनेटर्स ने अपना घातक बल्लेबाज खो दिया है। 10 overs 1-1-2 for 4. राहुल मिश्रा क्रीज की तरफ जाते हुए अपने कप्तान से डिस्कशन करते हुए कि क्या स्कोर सही रहेगा। बॉलर कमिंग इन। प्यारा शॉट था बट पहली और आउट। हाथ में दे दिया है कैच। श्रीनी यूनिवर्स बॉस क्रीज की तरफ जाते हुए कप्तान से डिस्कशन करते हुए, क्या यहां पे साझेदारी बना पाएंगे टर्मिनेटर्स? अभी भी बहुत ओवर्स बचे हैं. और ये नो बॉल थी जिसके साथ एक रन भी चुराया. क्या श्रीनी के जाने से टर्मिनेटर्स का लक बदलेगा? नाउ इट्स अ फ्री हिट. एस चल्ला बॉलिंग कराते हुए फिर से, और फ्री हिट था, उसमें हमने सिंगल लिया है. बहुत अच्छा उपयोग नहीं हुआ फ्री हिट का, बट अभी आई थिंक टर्मिनेटर्स को विकेट बचाने की जरूरत है. रन रेट बहुत अच्छा है, बट अभी शीघ्र बहुत ज्यादा विकेट गिर चुके हैं. और यहाँ पे डगआउट में सब पैड अप कर रहे हैं एक एक करके. और अच्छा शॉट, बट अब श्रीनी ही गेम बदल सकते हैं जैसे गेल बदलता था आरसीबी के लिए. Oh, nice shot, Srini का nice shot. Running for 2 and easily finished it. यहाँ पे बहुत ही तेज गेंदबाज मनीष कमेंट्री बॉक्स की तरफ आते हुए. मनीष, कैसा लग रहा है आपको, ये ग्राउंड कैसा है और यहाँ पे क्या स्कोर सही रहेगा?
ग्राउंड देख के लग रहा है 160 शुड बी गुड टोटल, फाइटिंग टोटल फॉर बोथ द टीम्स.
तो मनीष जी का कहना है 160 गुड टोटल है. आप किस टीम से खेल रहे हैं इस बार?
मैं
ट्रांसफॉर्मर से खेल रहे हैं, बट आज प्लेइंग 11 में नहीं है अनफॉर्चुनेटली.
Santosh, can you confirm the commentary is audible now? Let's have a discussion with Srini on what happened for that particular ball. Srini, please come here. Fast, fast. You don't need to remove your pads. Come on, Srini, what happened? Discuss. That's a quick single by GT. That's a very good shot by Rahul Mishra. Apparently, people are chasing, and then is it a 6 or a 4? The fielder calls it as a boundary, but the umpire calls it as a 6. Sagar calls it as a 6. With some confusions, it is a 6 finally. Streaming. So every time you choose bowler running in, it gets streamed. Now you're not pressing, so that will not get streamed. So every time the bowler runs in, you should press bowler. After 12 overs, the score is 129 runs for 6 wickets. Yes, Shriyari is coming into the attack again. This is his 3rd over. Apparently, the last over was very good from him, where they got 7-8 for not seeing any runs. Shriyari is bowling to Rahul Mishra. That's a quick appeal for LBW, and the umpire calls it going down the line. Apparently, it's been a good over for Shriyari for the 3rd time. We are getting some advice from Sriram that Brito Anthony is a good batter. We can see him padded up on the other side, but we don't know when he is going to bat. I think the commentators' curse have kicked in. There's not been a wide for a while. Now it's wide plus 1 run. This is going to be the 4th ball of this over. Was well played by GT. Picking the gaps. Could be an easy 2. Are they going to run 2? No. Apparently they want to save more wickets for all that they have lost earlier on. So it's 1 run. That's a pretty good shot from Rahul Mishra. It's going quick. It's not going to go to the boundaries. Jaipal Vasan picks it up, and it's a pretty decent throw to the keeper, Ashish Sharma. Okay, he runs in. It's a pretty good shot. Akash Arora goes for it, takes the catch. Rahul Mishra has gone. So, Terminators have lost 7 wickets, and Sriram's advice have been taken apparently. It's Brito Anthony going in for batting ahead of Santosh Ravi. இன்னும் ஒரு பால் இருக்கு. கடைசி பந்தை எப்படி போடுறாருன்னு பார்ப்போம். ஓவர் முடிஞ்சிருச்சுன்னு சொல்றாங்க. Sorry, 1 ball to go. 1 ball to go.
135, 1 ball to go. 135.
அன்பாப்புலர் டிமாண்ட் தமிழில் கமெண்ட்ரி பண்ண சொல்லியிருக்கிறாங்க. அதனால் அடுத்த 2 ஓவரை வந்து தமிழில் கமெண்ட்ரி பண்ண போகிறோம். என் கூட தமிழ் கமெண்ட்ரி பண்ணுறதுக்காக ரவியை கூப்பிட்டு போகிறேன். வாங்க ரவி. கடைசி பந்து இருக்குது. ஒரு சின்ன கன்ஃபியூஷன் இருந்தது. ஸ்கோரர்ஸ் கிட்ட கேட்க வேண்டியதாக இருந்தது. ஓவர் முடிஞ்சுதா இல்லையான்ட்டு. ஸ்ரீஹரி நல்லா போட்டுக்கிட்டு இருக்காரு இன்றைக்கி. 2 விக்கெட் எடுத்திருக்காரு. 2மே இம்பார்ட்டண்டான விக்கெட் வேறு. அதான் அவர் எடுத்த சவனித்தோட விக்கெட்டை பற்றி நீங்கள் என்ன நினைக்கிறீங்க ரவி?
நல்ல விக்கெட். சீரியோட பெஸ்ட் விக்கெட் இன் திஸ் கரியர் ஆக்சுவலி.
அதுவும் உண்மைதான். 1 பால் டு கோ. பிரிட்டோ ஆந்தனி நம்ம பையன் நான் ஸ்ட்ரைக் ரனில் இருக்கிறாரு. கௌரவ் தியாகி ஸ்ட்ரைக்கில் இருக்காரு. இறங்கி வந்து மெதுவாக தான் அடிச்சிருக்காரு. எங்கே போகுதுன்னு பார்ப்போம் அந்த பந்து. அஜய் கொட்னாலா பயங்கரமாக ஓடி வராரு. ஆனால் அவங்க 3 ரன் ஓடிட்டாங்க அதுக்குள்ளே. 3 runs. How important is this, Ravi?
It's really important because we have left with only 3 wickets. So every single run is really important for us.
பாருங்க, முதல் 9 ஓவர் தர்மடி அடித்தாங்க. கடைசியில் அவங்க நிலைமையை பார்த்தீங்களா, விக்கெட்டை விட்டுட்டு. சக்ஸஸ்ஃபுல் ஓவர் கம்ப்ளீட்டட். லெட்ஸ் செக் த ஸ்கோர். 138 runs, 7 wickets. 138 ரன்னுக்கு 7 விக்கெட்டு போயிடுச்சுங்க. இந்த டீமில் வேறு நீ 11 பேருக்கு பதிலாக 10 பேர் தான் இருக்காங்க. ஓ, உங்கள் டீமில் 11 பேர் இருக்காங்களா? ஆப்போசிஷனில் தான் 10.
ஸ்ரீஹரி நீ நல்லா நீ பேசுவேன். ஏன்னா 2 விக்கெட் எடுத்துட்டு எங்கே இருந்தாலும் என்ன வேணாலும் பேசுவேன்.
சந்தோஷ் ரவி நம்ம பையன் அடுத்த பேட்டிங் வருமா வராதான்னு பேடு கட்டிட்டு ஹெல்மெட்டை போட்டுட்டு ஊத்து பார்த்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கான். அடுத்த ஓவர் யார் போடுறதுன்ற ஒரு பெரிய கேள்விக்குறிக்கு அப்புறமா அவங்களோட கேப்டன் அஜய் கொட்னாலா கிட்ட கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. ஸோ அஜய் கொட்னாலா இஸ் கோயிங் டு போல் 16th over apparently. This is the 14th over. Earlier on the overs were reduced for 18 per side due to the weather conditions today. Earlier on 18. So it's only going to be an 18 over a side as well, which means our bonus points are calculated at 9 overs. It's a good shot by GT, well fielded by Varun, and it's 1 run. பிரிட்டோ ஆண்டனி நல்லா நேராக அந்த பந்தை தரையிலே அடித்து 1 ரன் எடுத்திருக்காருங்க. The third ball, Ajay is running in. It's a well played single again. I think it's very smart to take singles, considering that they've lost 7 wickets and there's another 4 more overs to go. This will also give them a little bit more room to go haywire in the last couple of overs. So Murad, how was your last game? You won the game with just 10 players.
Very interesting. It's an advantage when you have 10 players. You don't have to worry about how many people to keep outside.
You don't need to count.
Also, you have to keep the umpire on their toes. So you just push the second fielder outside and see if they're paying attention or not.
Interestingly, the other umpire was paying attention for the number of fielders inside the circle as well. GD came down the wicket. It's straight to fine leg. Is it a direct hit? No. The throw was mishap. Can it be another run? No, they've decided not to run. ஈஸியாக 2 ரன் ஓடி இருந்திருக்கலாம்னா அவங்க இப்போதைக்கு எந்த ரிஸ்க்கும் எடுக்கக்கூடாதுன்னு முடிவு எடுத்துருக்கிறாங்க. ஏன்னா அவங்க கிட்ட விக்கெட் இல்லை. இருந்த விக்கெட் எல்லாத்தையும் முதல் 9 ஓவர்லேயே தாரா வத்ததுனால அஜய் கொட்னாலா has got a pretty good over.
Now that Naveen has cinched it, let's see what happens.
Commentators curse again. Ajay Kotnala gives a boundary. Mission, so give it some time.
Both are slow.
It's an old mission.
Machine is older than me.
Machine is old. The operator is even more old. So you can't.
Are my eyes seeing correctly? Is it Viral Shah coming in? 147.
It's 147 runs for 7 wickets at the end of 14 overs. For the last 4 overs, they're still strategizing to bring a spinner in. That's probably because they want to get wickets on. Ashish, send a couple of people to bring chairs, ra. Send a couple of people to bring some chairs. Oh, storage. Yeah, thanks, da. Viral Shah bowls his loopy off spin. The batter and the keeper both convincingly are missing it. So, which means it is still a dot ball. There are field changes apparently. The ball top edges goes to Ajay Kotnala. Wherever he goes, the ball goes. And the wicket goes as well. So we're going to send in the 9th batsman, Santosh Ravi. And then eventually we're left with Aishwarya, our previous commentator. So Aishwarya, what are you praying for? Do you want to bat or do you want other people to finish the game?
I always want to bat. I always feel that, somewhere or the other I am an all-rounder.
You are, it's just that they send you at number 11.
But it's good to face, at least one over. It's just the starting of the tournament, and it's always good that you have seen some balls and swing, and you're not just going and playing.
Very fair. Gaurav Tyagi walks very sadly after. Yeah, the new batter is Santosh Ravi. Gaurav, do you want to share your experience on what happened for that particular ball? Eye fade, brain fade. Any explanations?
There's not many overs left, so we have to go for it.
That was the plan.
And then you went straight inside the circle.
Yes, that is my talent. Yes, that is correct.
So Viral, with a happy face, is going to ball the next one. Santosh Ravi has played it really well for that single.
They are good. They both play well. So I hope they play another 2 overs, and then for 1 over I can go.
Ashura is fully tuned in that he wants to go and play the last over. That's a good shot by Brito Anthony, and the catcher will not be able to catch it. It's a huge 6. Apparently, it's going to take another couple of minutes for the ball to be fetched. So the umpires are getting abused now. So Viral is trying to bowl his 4th ball, apparently, or the 5th ball. That was smart batting after a 6. Scorer, you can sit down. There are chairs for you. Privilege.
गंदी आदतें मत डाल लो जिंदगी भर कुर्सियाँ ही लाता रहेगा यहाँ
That's another single. So it's going to be at the end of 15 overs, 155. 155 ரன்களை குவித்துள்ளார். நடுவில் ஆடுற 2 பசங்களுமே தமிழ் பசங்க தான், ஜாலியாக ஆடின்னு இருக்கிறானுங்க, ஒரு ரன் அடிச்சுக்கிட்டு இருக்கானுங்க. ஆனால் பேசுறதுக்கு நடுவில் ஒரு நல்ல 6 விட்டார் போன ஓவர் பிரிட்டோ ஆண்டனி. போன ஓவர் ரன் பண்ணாலும் பரவாயில்லன்ட்டு அவங்களோட இன்னொரு ஸ்பின்னரையும் கொண்டு வந்துருக்கிறாங்க. நம்ம பையன் ஸ்ரீராம் டக்குன்னு வாட்ஸ்அப்பில் மெசேஜ் அனுப்பிச்சிருக்கிறான் அந்த 6க்கு ஆட்டா பாய் அப்படின்றான். அப்படின்னா என்னென்னு அவனை தான் கேட்கணும். ஸோ ஆகாஷ் அரோரா, the spinner, is going to bowl the 16th over. There's 18 more balls left in this game. It's going to be crucial because they just have one more wicket left as well. நல்ல டிஃபென்ஸ் சந்தோஷ் ரவி. ஸ்ட்ரெயிட்டாக பவுலர்கிட்ட அந்த பாலை கொடுத்துருக்கிறார், திருப்பி சீக்கிரமாக போய் போடுங்கன்னு சொல்லி. லெக் ஸ்பின் ஓடி வந்து மீடியம் பேஸ் போடுறாரு. எங்கால் அதை அழகாக ஒரு சிங்கிள் தட்டியிருக்காரு. ஸோ இட்ஸ் அ சாலிட் டிஃபென்ஸ் ஃபார் அ ரன்.
प्लीज वोट करें क्या ऐश की बैटिंग आ जाएगी कि नहीं आएगी ऑन 1-1. और बहुत ही
It's a good.
कैमरे के सामने हमारे प्लेयर्स आते हुए कुछ खाते हुए.
They're all cheering for Brito Anthony. Apparently they're saying this 2 more overs. Take your time. நல்ல டிஃபென்ஸ் பிரிட்டோ. ஆட்டா பாய்னா என்னன்னு கேட்டதுக்கு நம்மளுக்கு விக்ஷனரின்னு ஒரு பேஜ்லேருந்து நம்ம பையன் வேரியன் ப்ரொனவுன்சியேஷன் ஆஃப் தட்ஸ் த பாய் அப்படின்ட்டு போட்டிருக்கேன். அப்பப்போ ஆங்கிலமும் கற்றுக்கலாம் போல இருக்கு. But good batting, very well played by Brito and Santosh, especially after losing 8 wickets to go there and do this over the last couple of overs in a T20. It means a lot. I was well defended by Santosh. It's been very sensible today so far. Rahul ji, Biscuit ji. Now I am asking you, man. Thank you. No, Rahul. 158 runs at the end of 16 overs. Just 3 runs came from this. Probably Akash is going to think of bowling medium pace instead of spin. got Varun Kumar into bowling there. 17th over. There's only one more left after this. So Ashish Borealis basically says his batsmen to just stay there and the runs will automatically come. I hope he's hoping for more wides to be bowled. They've got fielders in, which is interesting for the 17th over. And the bowler wants a lot more offside field to come in. So we see Ajay Kotnala running in. So this will mean that they're only going to have 3 fielders on the outside on the 17th over. Apparently highly confident of his bowling strengths now, which is good to see on a T20 game on the 17th over. And let's see if he can bowl to the field. Brito scores just past that fielder for a single. And it's a quick running and Santosh gets there, which means that they've run 2 runs. It's an excellent running. நம்ம பையன் சந்தோஷ் செம்ம ஸ்ப்ரிண்ட்டுங்க அது 2 ரன்னுக்கு வாய்ப்பே இல்லாமல் இருந்தது ஆனாலும் எடுத்துட்டாரு. நல்ல வேகமான பந்து. பிரிட்டோ அதை ஆட பார்த்தாரு, ஆனால் பால் அதுக்குள்ளே போயிடுச்சு. ஆல்ரெடி 160 ரன் அடிச்சிட்டாங்க. திஸ் இஸ் த தேர்ட் பால் ஃபார் வருண். He's going to run in with full pace. He used to be ex-Terminators, which is the opposition. Slow ball, hits the bat almost, no appeal. Perhaps only I heard the noise.
Perhaps you're hearing a lot.
That's purely because Murad is sitting right next to me and he's making a lot of noises. He's highly pumped up from his win last week. Varun for his 4th ball. Very well played. Straight to the third man shot to the umpire. Still a single. As you can hear the cheering, everybody are pumped up for those singles that can come, any runs that can be added. It's going to be interesting to see if Aishwarya will get the 1 over that he was expecting to bat.
So we have Aishwarya was so engrossed with commentary that he forgot to wear pads for his next batting. So he was slated to go in next, but nicely stood, watched the match, and then realized, oh, without pads I cannot bat.
Well, the way these two are batting, I don't think he is going to bat. So it's probably too soon to wear his pads as well.
Now just because you said this, his batting is going to come. Thanks, Naveen. Stay tuned for the next ball coming up. It's highly probable there's a wicket going to fall because Naveen has put in his commentator curse right now.
I like sprinkling it now and then. Makes the match interesting. That's a beamer. Whoa! I think that's almost death by bowling or death by chocolate or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. No ball. And did they run as well? So they are apparently bowling the free hit in the same over because the next over is the normal rules. So interestingly in QPL what we have done is to make the match go faster, no balls and wides are counted as 2 runs and they're not re-bowled essentially. Aishwarya is cursing them for a run out so that he can bat the last over. And that was well hit, straight to the fielder. It's a catch, but they have still ran. So Aishwarya's curse did come through that they got out by catch, but it doesn't matter because it's a no ball. So the last over is going to be normal rules, which means the wides and no balls will be counted. The last over, it's Ajay Kotnala coming again, number 29. Final over is getting interesting. Yeah, max bowlers, max overs is 4. Ajay Kotnala comes in for his last over. It was an excellent shot, but goes straight to the fielder Srihari. Hopefully, he's going to be quicker. That's a good throw to the keeper, which means it's 1 run. நல்லா அடிச்சார் சந்தோஷ் ரவி இந்த பாலை பார்ப்போம். பிரிட்டோ ஆண்டனியால் நல்லா பலமாக தூக்கி வெளியில் அடிக்க முடியுதான்னு பார்ப்போம். மீதி இருக்கிற 5 பால் ஐஸ்வர்யா எப்படியாவது பேட்டிங் கிடைக்குமா அப்படின்னு பார்த்துக்கிட்டே இருக்கிறாரு. இன்னும் 5 பால் இருக்கு, கிடைக்குமா கிடைக்காதா? நல்ல வேகமாக 2 பேரும் வீசினாங்க, பவுலரும் பேட்டரும். ஆனால் பந்து கீப்பரை நோக்கி போயிடுச்சு.
बताइए प्लीज ऐश्वर्या व्हाट डू यू
जब मैंने पैड अप किया है मेरी बैटिंग नहीं आई है, तभी मैंने इसलिए पैड्स नहीं पहने थे. मुझे उम्मीद थी शायद आ जाए, अब मुझे नहीं लगता है.
2 balls down. This is the 3rd ball. I was hit down hard. Goes to Jaypal Vasan on shot 3rd man, and there was already a single. It's going to be a little difficult for Terminators when they field because the weather is getting a bit more cold, and considering the number of catches that was dropped in the first innings, it's going to be difficult for them. Let's hope that they can grab onto most of their opportunities. It was a good one towards the covers. Duret takes it, throws on the bowler end. Duret hit, missed. There was no backup. Lesson should be learnt. It could be well by another one. Venkat has decided to throw it underarm to make sure that they don't run another one. It's already 172 runs with 2 balls to go. And remember, this is a shortened game. And then they've scored still 172. And this is a fast scoring pitch. There was like about 500 runs scored on the weekend for a full one-day international. The 5th ball from Ajay. That's gone. So Aishwarya, instead of his 1 over, will get 1 ball to face the lethal.
Whatever Aishwarya says is never true. So let history note this.
One more ball left. The captain is asking Aishwarya to score a 6. Apparently Aishwarya has paired up with his arm guard, chest guard, helmet, and the pads that he forgot was just worn as well.
आज नेट्स में आना पड़ा देखो.
Last ball of the match. That was a good shot by Aishwarya. And now he is basically questioning his batsman on why did you not send me up the order. And the response is, you did not run 2 runs hence. So they've scored 173 runs at the loss of 9 wickets for 18 overs. And they scored 102 runs for the bonus points of the first 9 overs. So which means in another 5 minutes, we will see Transformers coming back and trying to chase this down. Possibly in an over before or get their wickets down. Let's see.
So the next inning is going to quickly start. Apparently, Terminators have gone in. They've taken a few catches. They felt how the weather conditions are going to be, and the match ball has straight come back as to the camera as possible. So we will be having two excellent batters, Sagar Vasani and Akash Arora, taking straight today. What does
Setting up this rock box. Otherwise, we have to do it on by ourselves.
That was more for the empire, not for cameras, dude.
the striker is yet to be decided, I think. No, it's Sagar Vasani. Apparently, the first two over be bowled on the far end, while the rest of the game will happen on the other side. So, what do you think the pep talk is from Ashish?
The pep talk from Ashish is to restrict the runs, not go for wickets. But somehow I feel it's going to be a very interesting match. It's going to be closer than what it looks like on the scoreboard.
You perhaps think that's because Akash or Sagar will give them an amazing start?
I think it depends more on how Akash approaches this game. And if he goes loose in the first over itself, then it's game on, man.
There's an interesting question that has come from the bowling captain. Should we use a new ball or can we use the same ball that was used in the last innings? So do you think he's got good confidence on his bowlers already?
I think he's looking for someone who can bowl with an old ball. That's why the question more so that it's better to bowl with the old ball.
That's the 5-factor ball that we're using for T20s.
आशीष पहला ओवर कौन डाल रहा है बोल दे भाई.
I think the umpires need to push for the game earlier on. It's already close to 53 minutes on 7. Umpires, would you please start the game earlier on? It's taking a while. Response. You will give me one warm hot chocolate milk and then
डरता है क्या बोलने को. कैप्टन इधर आके पूछ रहे हैं, नया बॉल यूज करेंगे पुराना वाला यूज करेंगे. गिर गए अफसल भी आते आते रास्ते में.
Ravi is going to be the wicket keeper. I don't think he was prepared for one to be until it was decided a few minutes ago. He was asked to be bowling new ball an over before.
Who is the captain? Is it Mani or is it Ashish?
Well, Mani has been the retained player, so I think he's probably the vice captain. Ashish is a good guy. He uses advice from a lot of senior players, and he spent about 540 points to retain a couple of them as well.
Are they playing today?
Yes, most of them.
Expensive players.
One of the most expensive is here, and unfortunately, he can't play the other one, which he only realized after bidding for them. 78 starts the first ball. Sagar negotiates it, and that's already a quick single. Apparently, our own very captain wasn't quick enough to go grab that. Allows them to score a single, which will mean the most dangerous Akash Arora is on strike. Let's see how dangerous it is going to be. First ball for Akash Arora. It's already a full toss. It travels straight. Can it be stopped? No. That's a boundary. And as we said, the most dangerous batsman announces himself with a boundary. This is almost another full toss, but lower down. There's no fielders down there, and that's another boundary almost. Srini is chasing it. Is not given it as a boundary yet. Let's see what the fielders call for it. And that's 3 runs that they have run. Apparently the bowler is looking for some swing. Let's see how the 4th ball is going to be bowled. Sagar Vasani is on strike now. Field is pretty well placed. There aren't a lot of gaps. Was well bowled. Bat pad. They're running a quick one. Srini throws one. No, it was very well run. I think Transformers have prepared themselves to take singles at any cost earlier on. They're putting too much pressure on the inner circle fielders. Their 2 singles have come with Ashish and Srini. It's very important that they get a couple of wickets early on. Otherwise, the score isn't going to be sufficient enough. It's a good shot on the cover, straight to the fielder. They're still running one. Aishwarya throws it. And that was a good backup by Rahul Mishra. Last ball of the over is going to come in. When the conditions have changed a bit, it's going to get more damp. It's more cold. It was an excellent offside drive. Gaurav Tyagi footballs it and now uses his hand finally to get them. Still goes for 1 run. It was a fast action by Gaurav to use his feet. Pretty dangerous, isn't it, Murad?
Yes, they need 9 runs per over and they've already scored 11.
Well, when Terminators started, they started with 11 on the first over as well. Could we have scoreboard updated, please? It's 11 runs. It's every over.
अरे I'll do it बाबा कहते हैं ना 1 ओवर 11 रन अच्छा बच्चा तू उसके तरफ है मेरी तरफ हूँ मैं भगवान की तरफ हूँ तू कर दे
I'm sure you guys have heard the fun of club cricket finally, where there are ample people to change the scores. That's a good short ball and dispatched pretty quick and pretty well. The fielder now calls it a boundary, and umpires has called it a boundary as well. आजा वो आजा
11 रन थे 1 ओवर तू मेरे को ये सवाल पूछ भी कैसे सकता है कि मैं तेरी तरफ हूँ कि उसकी तरफ हूँ How could you? You are asking me to choose between money and you? If it was between you and Ashish, the choice would have been easy.
You would have gone for Ashish, by the way.
Twice on Sundays. But between money and Ajay, it's difficult to choose.
But when it comes in, it's going to be another ball coming in. Shot, straight. Savneet takes a diving catch. Amazing one. Oh, such a lovely fielding piece. Never expected that this could be a wicket, but Savneet converts it into one. I'm sure now everybody understands why it took 270 points to grab one of the best players. So Ajay, what do you think about this fielding effort from one of the most expensive fielders?
It's a beautiful catch by Savneet, and I think he's coming back from a holiday. So diving and catching.
He's fully energized to do that now.
Jay Vasan. Yeah, Jay Paul Vasan. Jayapon.
They've Jayapal Vasan and Sagar Vasani comes a little sad that an amazing catch was taken. We've got a small accident here. A guy has fallen from the bike. Not an usual thing. We've got so many people rushing in. The match is currently paused a little bit because we've had an outside accident on the other side by one of the football players falling down on the bike. We've got Brito Anthony now running in to bowl. The match is resumed. We've got Akash taking strike, driven on the offside. Vinod Davra chasing in, and that's been 2 runs. A good throw to the keeper, Ravi. Next ball is coming in. Akash Arora plays straight to Ashish Arora. So the Aroras are having a good time. The last ball of the second over. Let's see what Akash is planning to do. I was very well bowled actually. Looking at the batsman bowling a little wider, just gives 2 runs. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ah, okay. It's already there. Look, last ball.
Last ball of the over is now. Akash hits one straight. Let's see how far has that gone. It's gone way too far, about 80 meters or so, which brings the first 6 of the game on the Transformers innings. 23 runs scored at the end of 2 overs, and they've lost a wicket already? Yes.
Sagar Vasani. Wonderful catch.
Taken by Savneet. So who is the new batter that has gone in? Left-hander, Jayapal Vasan. So they are trying to play an ice and fire approach where Akash will go for the big ones while Jay will rotate the strike. Let's see if there are any interesting bowling changes because I was seeing all 10 actually practicing to bowl just in the innings break. So it could be very well anyone.
अगर वीरल ने तेरे को 25 बोला है तो अजय 25 है. गुजराती नंबर में गड़बड़ नहीं करता.
So there's going to be change in ends, which means the first 2 overs due to the accidental mix-up at the earlier on the game were from the far end. So the change in hands have happened. We've got a left-hander on strike, and Mani is setting up the field as accurate as possible. And Ajay is making sure that he's present as much as possible on the camera. So he walks in straight towards it.
अजय lovely catwalk.
Bala has apparently updated us that the scorer Murad has been doing a shit job for the last couple of balls. And now he is quickly fixing them because there has been good updates. So that's also meaning that a lot of people are watching it. Mani took about 2 minutes to set fielding for a catch, and then the ball came to him straight and he dropped. Apparently, it happens with the weather change.
Paul would have been happy for that 6. Bala, all because of you, Bala. You stole a 6 from a guy. Hope you get good sleep tonight.
Hope is conscious, keeps it good. But left and right is dangerous. They got to do a lot of field changes apparently. And that should have been a single stopped or an amazing catch if we could have tried it hard. But let's see. Savneet bowling to Akash. As you can hear from the background, people call it as a shot, but it falls in no man's land. And interestingly, because it's T20, people run and it's 2 runs already.
It was an easy 3.
The next batsman, Ashish Sharma, is padded up watching keenly on what's happening on that end. Akash is trying to clear Savneet pretty much every ball. After a mistimed shot on the previous one, he wants to do it again. Let's see who wins the battle shortly. So it's like one of the best bowlers against one of the best batsmen in our club. While our very own best bowler Murad is scoring today, despite his mistakes, we forgive him. And that's a good 6. So the battle for now is won by the batter. The second 6 for Akash in this innings. Savneet comes in and he pays back the batsman now with a deadly bouncer almost on his helmet. They're checking if everything is well. I think the bowler would be more happy if he could get a wicket instead of the bowser hitting his helmet. So we're having some shadow practices done for the same ball on the outside of the field as well. So people are fully prepared and it's going to be an interesting chase.
Ashish?
And now the batsman pays his respects again with a 6 for hitting him on the helmet. And that is interesting, about 16-15 runs in that over. Let's check it out. Murad is updating the score.
Bowler before. Oh, it's Brito, so it's going to be easy. This one is going to be quick. So it is 40 for 1 and 3 overs. 40 for 1. 40 for 1. 3 overs.
They need about 10 runs an over to win the game, and apparently they're scoring at about 12 runs an over already. And they only need 8.93 at this point in time. So it's about 9 runs an over is what is needed, which means Terminators, if they're not going to get a couple of quick wickets, they'll get terminated from the game really quick.
Question. How much do they need for the bonus point?
103 runs what they need to get the bonus point, and it's almost half done already.
Do you think it's possible for them to get the bonus point? What are your thoughts, Naveen?
If they're not going to get the wicket of Akash, they'll probably get the bonus point in the 7th over. They'll probably win the game in 16th over. But it's an interesting game. A quick couple of wickets could very well mean that they're already battling it out for their bonus points. Are you expecting any bowling changes, knowing Ashish
I think Aishwarya is going to definitely come in and bowl the next one for sure. But
Is that going to be run out? Is that going to be run out? No. Ashish misses the stamps. He's calling for the backup really quick. So Jay does the exact work that has been appointed. Rotates the strike back to Akash every single time. Brita is going to have an interesting combination now to try and get Akash either off the strike or get his wicket. Discussing some field changes. It's still on power play, which means they're only allowed 2 fielders out.
they should bring in Srini to bowl 1 over.
Do you want that to happen in the last over of the power play?
Yeah, that would be interesting. Especially with the field up, it will be very easier for them to get Akash's wicket. But then Akash can take him for 30 runs as well.
బ్రిటో ఆంటోనీ ఈజ్ బౌలింగ్ అండ్ ఆకాష్ అరోరా అద్భుతంగా ఆడుతున్నాడు. ఈ షాట్ చూసారంటే మీరు మెరుపు మెరుపు బౌండరీ అంటారు దీన్ని. యా 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 మెరుపు 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 బ్యాటింగ్ చేస్తున్నారు ఆకాష్ అరోరా. యా 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 బ్రిటో ఆంటోనీ బాగా ఆలోచిస్తున్నాడు. యా యా బ్రిటో ఆంటోనీ మరో బాల్ 6 వెళ్లకుండా ట్రై చేస్తున్నాడు, కానీ ఆకాష్ అరోరా ఫైరింగ్లో ఉన్నాడు. ఈ బదోని సంథింగ్. మంచి సింగిల్ తీశారు. గుడ్ రన్నింగ్, వికెట్స్ మధ్యలో బాగా పరిగెత్తారు. ఎంకరేజ్, యా ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ. ఆడియన్స్ కోరిక మేరకు నేను తెలుగులో వ్యాఖ్యానిస్తున్నాను. బ్రిటో ఆంటోనీ మరో బాల్ వేశాడు, మరో అద్భుతమైనటువంటి సింగిల్ 2 వికెట్ల మధ్యలో. సో వాళ్ళ టీం నుంచి అద్భుతమైనటువంటి సపోర్ట్ లభిస్తుంది బ్యాట్స్మెన్స్కి. మచా పోడ్రా. Akash Arora is striking. బ్రిటో మరో బాల్ వేయడానికి సిద్ధంగా ఉన్నాడు. అద్భుతమైనటువంటి షాట్, మరో బౌండరీ లభించింది. యా ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మర్ స్కోర్ 50 రన్స్ క్రాస్ అయింది. అద్భుతంగా బ్యాటింగ్ చేశారు. Akash Arora is rocking. He's changing to change the language. Are you?
Hot chocolate.
Plus there is hot chocolate. You have no idea. Like hot fries, hot chocolate, crispy.
So our actual commentators Naveen Balaji and Murad Jiva, they are enjoying the drinks. Not drink, yeah, maybe.
Who is the bowler? Rahul Mishra.
Rahul is ready to bowl.
Is it Rahul Dravid or Rahul Mishra?
bowled nicely. First ball is a dot. Bowler is ready to for the second ball.
I think he only took one prize. No, one try. Can't even call it in plural as prize. All for the win of troublemakers. Always a titan.
So what a shot! What a shot! So, good running between the wickets. We got 2 runs for this ball. Another good ball from bowler. Madurai is going to do the commentary.
நல்ல ஆஸ்பின் போடுறாரு ஆல்மோஸ்ட் அது ஒரு எட்ஜு டிஃபிகல்ட் டேக் தான் ஒரு கீப்பருக்கு அந்த கேச்சஸ் ஜென்ரலி அந்த பால் நல்ல வேகமாக வெளில போயிடுச்சு but there's always an interesting proposition when in amateur cricket what happens is people start calling names instead of the ends like the previous ball they were like calling the keeper name quite a bit of times but they had no idea on which end the ball had to be thrown.
Yeah, but that's also where the keeper needs to command a little bit on the field to kind of be the one voice where he tells whether it's bowler's end or his end. So
Wasn't the keeper was struggling to find the end?
yeah, but then when you have a part-time keeper, no disrespect, this is what you get.
There's been a couple of sharp chances. Couldn't really be easier even for regular keepers. We'll probably not count them as dropped at this point in time, but a pretty good over by Rahul Mishra in power plays. Going against the advice of Murad, they picked in Rahul Mishra instead of Srinivas Peruri. But in no matter of time, the very next over is Srini. So Murad, you predict Ashish very well, which means you'll probably play them very easily.
I wouldn't divulge strategy before our next game, so I know he's going to go back home and watch this recording. So Ashish, sorry, no pointers coming your way.
Always been a good discussion over the last year, Murad, on your captaincy that you somehow tend to get the bonus point irrespective of the games. And your strategy was to get that 1 point, which was more important than the 2 other points that you could get off the win.
It's a very common thing where you, how do you say, you soften the blow in case you lose the game. You don't go home empty-handed. You're wasting a nice fine evening in the Netherlands in this cold weather, bearing the wind. So you might as well take something home.
It's probably the weather and the wind which made Srini bowl such a short, wide line. Hopefully he figures some way to fix it immediately, or Akash is probably going to cash in. They've already scored close to 60 runs, which means they're very close to their 9-over mark. And there's nobody who is hitting the blows like what Money did though. So it's the extras which is hurting them. That's a no ball. So the first ball was a wide, the second ball is a no ball, and it's a single. So which means they've got like 5 runs of 2 balls. It's a good thing that we count them as legal deliveries in the first 17 overs today.
Yeah, but it's also good because it advantages you have on both sides. So if you do that, it helps you.
Let's see what the third ball. Apparently, this is a free hit, and that was well bowled straight to the fielder GT. That's a good throw from GD. So keeping that free hit to just a single is good, and probably that's the best ball in the last 3 that he has bowled. One more full toss. Akash came in a little early. and which means, oh, they ran into as well. Could have been a run out. There's been a lot of. Four balls done. This is the fifth ball. That's gone straight out of the park. It's probably gonna take another 5-6 minutes to get the ball now because it's on the roof. And we need to find someone really good enough to climb quick. Or the bowlers could have bowled different next time. And batsman is using this perfect time to get some water. He's got some special water in his bag, and I think that's the drink which keeps him going. So Srini hasn't recovered yet in this over. It's going to be the last ball. And he's trying his medium pace, which means Rahul Mishra has put as much as effort he could on that fielding, and it has got to a boundary.
That was a very interesting way Rahul bent for the ball. By the time the shot was played, he had already given up in his head. He was like, okay, I'm ready to bowl my over.
Apparently they're not happy with the umpires. They're chasing the ball and hitting the umpires now. Looks like the umpires have to watch the ball and pay attention. I know they're hungry as well, but it happens. They scored 73 of 6 overs, and in 3 more overs, they need 30 more runs. Runs needed are still 10 an over. I think if they're going to continue with Srini, they'll probably get it. I don't think Srini has figured out a way in this weather to do what he usually does good. It's going to be interesting to find who the next bowler is going to be.
I think it's going to be Ashish Arora himself.
Is this going to be a catch? Should have been. Could be a run out. Everything done in a misfield, which means it's going to be 2 runs? No. I think these are important catches that they are getting dropped, especially right around the corner where the bonus runs could be. I know that this cricket field is of 2 football fields, but that ball would have traveled like 3 football fields. Which means the run required towards the bonus point is also coming thick and fast. And it's really interesting strategy, especially in the last 3 overs to introduce spinners.
I think I feel he's slightly short on bowlers, and that's why he is trying out the spinners up front so that at least even if they get the bonus point, he can control the game from there. I think Ashish should bring himself on now, or either Aishwarya. Some pace or medium pace would be helpful.
But if they give 100 runs in the first 9 overs with using these bowlers, Wouldn't it be easier to score the remaining 70 of the next 9 overs?
Man, pressure makes you do funny things in cricket. You never know. One wicket could bring another. It's all depending on how Akash goes from here.
Got some wise words from our captain for troublemakers. That pressure brings in funny things. And despite the pressure of playing 10 fielders in last game, he still won the game. There's some smart strategies happening there.
By the way, Akash ka 50 ho
Akash has scored his 50 and he eventually acknowledges it as well. Let's see what Rahul Mishra has got in his pack. Now, again tosses it up straight to Ashish Arora. Akash Arora likes to hit the ball towards Ashish Arora. We got our next batsman paired up, keenly watching for a while. I think he's really pumped up to go in and score some runs as well. Oh, that's a stumping oh, that's a catch. Rahul Mishra gets the most important wicket. Is this going to be what it is to get the bonus points back on track for them?
I think it's an interesting move to send Ashish next after Akash, because then they can keep the momentum going. It's very interesting how they're going to approach it from here, whether they actually go for the bonus point or they go for the win. Personally, I would have gone for both. Either you go big or you go home. But I don't know how Ajay is thinking. Maybe we can get some words from Ajay on this one. But after
Akash Arora scores a 50, and interestingly, he scores good runs whenever I'm on the field. Yeah, the keeper took the catch, but interestingly, the keeper was almost positioned on the place of the first slip, which is exactly why Akash tried to go down the wicket quite frequently. So the strategy has worked. Smart wicket keeping there. So now let's see what it is going to be. The wicket keeper on strike for Transformers. Rahul Mishra will be very happy where he has taken the scalp out after that amazing six that went a couple of balls before. The 80 runs for 2 wickets now, and they need another 23 runs for their bonus point. Let's see what Ashish is going to strategize. I'm assuming that he's going to go for quick runs and see whether they can get the bonus points first. Well bowled by Rahul Mishra. Is paid good advantage of using the depth in his bowling, releasing it late. The Transformers team is having a lot of fun. They're almost settled in for a win at this point in time. And that's a single. The captain wants Jay to take the role of what Akash did. Apparently that's the cheer that's going on. Is it end of the over, Murad, or one more to go? So it is going to be the same. Murad is very good in his predictions. Ashish Arora, also known as Aurora Borealis. There's a bowling change. Aishwarya Srivatsava is going to come in and bowl the 8th over. Usually the 19th and the over would be the penultimate for us, but it's the 8th over for the bonus point. And they need another 22 runs of 12 balls. Can Aishwarya restrict and make it easy for the next over?
Score update, guys. Doing. We have two lazy heads over here. Give me 2 minutes.
Aishwarya Srivatsava has a run up almost from the 30-yard circle. It's going to be interesting to see what pace he's going to bowl. Knowing him in the practice sessions, it's going to be really slow. But let's see what he plans on to deliver now. Pretty good ball, straight to the fielder. Maninder catches it. Is it going to be a run out now? And that's a dot ball. It's as precious as gold dust now to win the bonus point. So now they'll need 22 runs of just 11 balls. So that's a strike rate of 200 that's needed from now, or just about 4 sixes, which the batsman is very much capable of. He has done it quite often in the past. Let's see if Aishwarya can get a batter in this situation. That's an interesting scenario, and they've given it as a no ball because the ball was pitched outside the mat area or the field area. So that's automatically 2 runs now, which means they'll need 20 runs of the 10 balls, and also this is a free hit. This could put the situation very interesting. Let's see what is going to be delivered. That was well bowled, straight to Srini on deep third man. That's a free hit, but just 1 run. Apparently both the teams haven't capitalized on free hits so far. So Murad, are you backing Terminators to win the bonus point with 20 runs or 19 to score of 9 balls?
I think by the way it looks, it's going to be Terminators getting the bonus point, unless Ashish changes gears really quickly, or maybe Jayapal takes that role. Interesting. We'll find out soon.
The field is in the circle. They've just had like 2 fielders out or 3 now. And the batsmen are pretty much hitting to the fielders who are actually out. So the bowler knows what he is doing. He pretty much understands bowling to field, which is very crucial in a T20 game, and especially in crunch situations. There's a lot of thoughts going on with Ashish. He runs to the bowler for every single ball, comes back to mid-wicket quickly. Is that out? Is that a wicket? There's a loud appeal and the umpire denies it. They're pleading for it now with the batsman. Oh, that's hard luck apparently is what they've discussed. But it's not out is what the umpire have decided. And it's also getting more and more difficult to score. Aishwarya has been their best out of the lot so far in the 8 overs. There's another 7 balls left, and they'll probably need another 17 runs out of it. Batsman goes straight down, hopes for a boundary. GD picks it up. Is it going to be 2? Jayapal refuses it. They're not going for the bonus point at this area. They have scored 86 runs. They need 16 runs to win the bonus point. And they need 15 runs to not have a bonus point for both people. 86. Ashish Arora brings himself in. They'll at least need a couple of boundaries, either 6s or probably more than 2 boundaries. Then it looks to be pretty much Terminators, isn't it?
I think if they get 2 runs every ball for the first 3 balls, if they get 2 runs and then 1 boundary, it's going to be interesting last 2 balls then to see. I think Ashish can do it, but I'm not too sure which Ashish I'm referring to now, because Ashish Sharma is on strike as well. I'm rooting for both the Ashishes. Come on, Ashish.
You can't go wrong there, right? It's either this or that. So let's see, is it Arora or Sharma at the end of the day? The first ball of the ultimate over, full toss, low, which is very crucial in these overs. Very well fielded by them, and that's a quick throw. It's just single. It's just a single for a shot in which the fielder took so long. This isn't a good running between the wickets, isn't it?
I think they should push for it, because there's no point saving your wicket at this point of time. I think if you cannot get the boundaries, its doubles are always helpful. You can also get 12 runs in an over as well. But yeah, interesting to watch.
Aja, oh, aja. Jaipal Vasan goes and leaves the ball, which means it's pretty much impossible at this point in time.
I think we can already assign the bonus point to Terminators.
It looks apparently Terminators have the bonus point already, and it doesn't go well with Transformers camp behind me who were happily singing just an over before. Was an interesting shot. Will they push for two? Apparently no, because they're expecting Ashish to do the damage to Ashish again. Let's see. How many do they need in 3 balls now?
That is called consistency. If you've taken 1 run every ball, you continue taking that. You don't push for 2 then.
That's some witty remarks where when the running between the wickets is such an excellent thing. It's a T20 game. They should have definitely pushed for those doubles, which was very much well within the cards of achieving. Let's see if Ashish can hit a big boundary. Ashish tries hard and it's going to the fielder. Aishwarya captures it and I don't see any intent on running too, so they've given up on their bonus points.
Yeah, I think they should start focusing more on chasing down the target, chopping it down over by over. I think they need some momentum desperately over here. At least they can start by running the first single really hard, so they can push for 2s and then build from there.
Do you also think that this gives a big momentum in terms of confidence for Terminators that they'll also win the game pretty easily because they don't seem to be getting those runs? These are easy 2s, but they haven't even finished the first one.
I think this is a good mental booster for them. I saw their shoulders dropping when Akash was batting, but suddenly with Akash's wicket and the momentum shifting, they are building on it, and we hear people screaming "do and die." So yeah, clearly do and die.
So it's Rahul Mishra and Aishwarya Srivatsava who has brought them back. It goes to the no man's land for 1 run again. This is a sin where these are 2 easy runs, or at least the intent of 2 runs. Probably it feels so easy from an outsider perspective. Maybe the weather is difficult for them to push for it and their heart rates are so down.
Urgency नहीं आने वाली है, वो ऐसे ही खेलते रहेंगे। कैप्टन आवाज दे यहाँ से, एक को तो चिल्ला, 2-2 रन चल के ले रहे।
The batter is retiring himself out. We need to find out what is happening. Apparently the batsman is ruling himself out as retired, not out at this point in time. Scorer could be marked as retired, not out. No, batter out. Dismissal type, retired, not out. Retired. Retired, not out. Who should be on strike?
Wait. कौन गया बैट्समैन अजय?
No. Who should be on strike? Ashish Sharma should be on strike. So the umpires have quickly checked who should be on strike. They should swap the striker. So Ashish takes strike, and apparently they've lost the bonus point. So probably the retired not out has come in a couple of overs later than what it should have been. So let's see if Ashish could do more damage over in the next 9 overs. It is going to get interesting a match apparently. They need quite a lot of runs if this is how they're going to play now. I'm going to switch to Tamil commentary from the second ball. மச்சான் ஐஸ்வர்யா வேறு லெவலில் போட்டுன்னு போட்ட முதல் ஓவர்லேயே செமையாக ரெஸ்ட்ரிக்ட் பண்ணி போனஸ் பாயிண்ட் எடுத்து கொடுத்துருக்குற டெர்மினேட்டர்ஸ்க்கு. மச்சான் வெங்கட் வீசுகிறான் பேட்டை, ஆனால் பால் பக்கத்தில் கூட இல்லைங்க. அதனால் அந்த பால் நேராக கீப்பர்கிட்ட போய் ஒரு டாட் பாலாக கவுண்ட் ஆகப்படுது. ஆகாஷ் அங்கே உள்ளே ஆடிக்கிட்டு இருந்தப்போ இருந்த பயமும் கண்ணில் வேறு லெவலில் இருந்ததுங்க. ஆனால் அவர் அவுட் ஆனதுக்கப்புறமா அவங்க நல்லா லாலிபாப் சாப்பிட்டுட்டு விளையாடின்னு இருக்கிறாங்க. இப்போது ஒரு ரன் கூட வர மாட்டேங்குது. 2 ரன் எடுக்கிற இடத்துல 1 ரன் தான் போகுது. ஐஸ்வர்யா நல்லா bowling போடுறாரு. ஃபுல் டாஸ் லோ. ஆஷிஷ் அதை துரத்தி வெளியில் போயிடுச்சு. திருப்பி 4 ரன் வந்து விட்டது. போட்டு ஒரு ஃபுல் டாஸ் நாளாக மாறினது இதுவே முதல் தடவை இந்த இன்னிங்ஸில்.
நல்ல ரொம்ப ஷார்ட்
மச்சா முராத் அது நல்ல ரொம்ப ஷார்ட் அப்படின்ட்டு அவனோட ஓன் மொழியில் பேசிக்கிட்டு இருக்கான். ஃபீல்டரை பின்னாடி அமிச்சிட்டாங்க. இதை முன்னாடியே பண்ணியிருந்துருக்கலாம். ஐஸ்வர்யா 4வது பந்தை வேகமாக வீசுவாரான்னு பார்ப்போம். வெங்கட் நல்லா குயிக்காக ரன்ஸ் அடிக்கணுன்ற மோடில் இருக்கிறாரு. பேட்டை எல்லாத்துக்கும் விடுறாரு. ஆனால் இந்த பால் நேராக ஸ்ரீனி கிட்ட போய் 1 ரன் தான் போகுது. ஸ்ரீனி நல்லா த்ரோ அடிச்சிருக்காரு கீப்பர்கிட்ட. பாருங்க அவங்க நிலைமை, மற்றவங்க பாலை விட்டு ரன் எடுக்கணுன்ற நிலைமைக்கு ஆளாயிட்டாங்க. நல்லா இறங்கி வந்து ஒரு சிங்கிளை நேராக லாங் ஆஃபில் 7th கிட்ட அடிச்சிருக்காரு. டிரான்ஸ்ஃபார்மர்ஸ் போன வருஷம் நல்லா விளையாட முடியல அப்படின்ற ஒரு சூழ்நிலையில் இருந்தாங்க. நிறைய மேட்ச் அவங்களால ஜெயிக்க முடியல. இந்த வருஷம் அவங்க புதுப்பிச்சிருக்காங்க அவங்க டீமை. 2-3 பிளேயர்ஸ் எல்லாம் மாற்றிருக்காங்க. ரிசல்ட் மாறுதா அப்படின்றது இன்னும் ஒரு 6 ஓவரில் தெரிஞ்சிடும் நம்மளுக்கு. ஐஸ்வர்யா நல்லா பந்து போட்டுக்கிட்டு இருக்காருங்க. இது வரைக்கும் அவர் போட போகிறது 5வது பால். நல்ல வேரியேஷன் காட்டுறாரு. இது விக்கெட் பந்தான்னு பார்ப்போம். மணிந்தர் கூப்பிட்டா வராரு. நல்லா கேட்ச் பிடிச்சாரு பிரிட்டோ ஆண்டனி காலை சொல்லி. வெங்கட்டோட விக்கெட் விழுந்தது. அவங்களோட ஸ்டார் பேட்ஸ்மேனான வருண் அனுப்புகிறாங்க உள்ள.
Varun star batsman. There is only one star batsman in a team, and you are saying everyone is a star batsman.
And you guys are still losing at the bonus point because they're having more star bowlers.
Still, we gave 100 runs in 8 overs.
Do you think realistically this match is going to be a win, Akash?
I think it's very much in control. I think we need 9 overs, 70-80 runs. It's very much achievable.
Let's see. Got full confidence on the next batters out there.
Yeah, there are 2 batters like Ajay and Varun. They are very much capable of scoring 10 runs per over, more than that even.
And Ajay just did it 2 weeks before, right? It was an interesting match where he had to do it just a couple of weeks before.
He's the best finisher like MSD. That's why we have asked him to do the captaincy this season.
So win or a loss is on him now.
Yeah, win or loss. I did my job. Now win and loss is up to
Ajay's hands.
Ajay's hands.
So
put everything on the captain now.
So we see a little distracted Ajay trying to see how and what things could be. They're going to now rely on their next star batsman Viral to pad up.
No comments.
Apparently there are no comments from another captain for the batting decision.
Slightly controversial if I say anything. So, especially being a captain of one of the teams in QPL, it's not good on my part to say anything. All I can do is just cheer and be happy for all of them.
Who are you cheering now?
For cricket.
Good negotiations. And Ashish Borealis is trying to do what he is good at. Oh, that's almost a catch. Is Varun going to take revenge for now being an ex-Terminator and not bidding him for one of the higher points?
I definitely think it's going to be an interesting one because Varun, if he plays himself in, he's going to make the game very interesting, and Terminators are surely going to miss him.
From all the cheer that you guys can hear, வேற லெவல் ஷாட்டுங்க அது. இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஷாட்டை 8வது ஓவரில் அடிச்சிருந்தா அவங்க போனஸ் பாயிண்ட் எடுத்துருந்துருக்கலாம். பட் இப்போ வின் எடுக்கிறாங்களான்னு பார்ப்போம். போனஸ் பாயிண்ட் எடுக்கலனாலும் ஆஷிஷ் போரியாலிஸை நல்லா வச்சு ஒரு 6 ரன் அடிச்சிருக்காரு. 105 ரன் அடிச்சிட்டாங்க. இன்னும் அப்ராக்சிமேட்லி 69 ரன் அடிக்கணும்.
மச்சி யார் நல்லா ப்ளே பண்ணுவாருங்க? இந்த பேட்ஸ்மேன் பேர் என்ன தெரியாது?
ஆஷிஷ் சர்மா தான் பேட்ஸ்மேனு. நல்லா ப்ளே பண்ணுவார்னு சொன்ன அடுத்த பால் அடிக்கவே மாட்டேங்கிறாரு. முராத் அஜய்க்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்ண போயிருக்காரு. அவங்க பேட்டிங் ஆர்டர் எப்படி செட் பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்ட்டு. இன்னொரு ஷார்ட் பால் போடுவாரான்னு பார்ப்போம். பந்து நல்லா போட்டார் உள்ள. பிரிட்டோ ஆண்டனி அதை தடுக்க ஓடி வராரு. ஒரு ரன் மட்டுமே போயிருக்கு. கீப்பர் ரவி அதை வேகமாக எடுத்திருக்காரு. இங்கே யார் யாரெல்லாம் அடுத்தது பேடப் பண்ணுறாங்கன்னு ஒரு குயிக் கிளான்ஸ் எடுத்தோம் அப்படின்னா நம்ம துரை சிங்கம் பேடப் பண்ணின்னு இருக்காரு. அப்படியே இந்த பக்கம் திரும்பி பார்த்தா நம்ம விரால் ஷா தைகாடை எப்படி கட்டுறதுன்னு கற்றுக்கிட்டு இருக்காரு. நம்ம பேசி முடிக்கிறதுக்குள்ள என்ன ஏன்டா பிட்டிங்ல எடுக்கல அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஒரு 6 அடிச்சிருக்கான் மச்சான் வரும்னு.
That shot had a hidden message written behind it. Thank you for not picking me.
So you think Ashish is going to walk back thinking that shit I should have retained him?
Ashish is going to walk back thinking, this is what I missed.
They've got some 2 destructive batsmen. This over itself has seen 2 sixes. So it's like close to 15 runs that has come. மிடில் ஓவரில் 15 ரன் அடிக்கிறாங்க. ஆனால் வெளியில் இருக்க ஃபீல்டர் என்னமோ 2 பேர் தாங்க. இந்த லாஜிக் தான் நம்மளுக்கு கொஞ்சம் புரியவே மாட்டேங்குது. T20 கிரிக்கெட்டில் 4 பேர் வெளியில் இருக்கலாம்னாலும் நம்ம பவுலர்ஸ் பயங்கர கான்ஃபிடென்ட்டாக 2 பேர் தான் வச்சுருக்காங்க. 6க்கு என்னங்க ஃபீல்டர்ஸ் எங்கே போட்டாலும் வெளியில் தானே அடிக்கிறாங்க. லெட்ஸ் see what the next is going to be. ஃபுல் டாஸை லோவாக போட்டார். வருண் அடித்த 6 போதும் அப்படின்ட்டு சிங்கிள் அடிச்சிருக்காருங்க. ரன் போயிருக்குங்க இந்த ஓவரில். ஒன் ஆஃப் தி மோஸ்ட் எக்ஸ்பென்சிவ் ஓவர்ஸ் ஃபார் திஸ் இன்னிங்ஸ் ஆர் when Akash was batting they did more than that. Yeah, Srini is still the bowler who has given most runs for this innings. So they have scored.
Sorry, 1 second.
We're still waiting for the scoreboard to be updated. We're waiting for the next bowler, and that's our own Aishwarya Srivatsava.
Score 113 for 3. 113 for 3 in 11 overs.
11 overs, they've lost 3 wickets, and the current batsmen look more threatening than the previous set that we had towards the bonus points, and I think it's even more important to grab quick wickets now in the next
61 or 40.
few. 42 பந்தில் 61 ரன் வேணும். ஸோ கிட்டத்தட்ட 9 runs an over வேணும். ஐஸ்வர்யா நல்ல பந்த போடுறாரு. கேட்சா இதை சவனித் பிடிப்பாரா? ஓடி வராரு, கீழே இருக்காரு, நல்லா பிடிச்சாரு. வருணுடைய லாஸ்ட் லாஃப் இல்லைன்னு சொல்லலாம். ஏன்டா என்னை எடுக்கலன்னு கேட்டவர்கிட்ட இதனால தான்டா உன்னை எடுக்கல அப்படின்ட்டு பதில் சொல்லியிருக்காங்க.
I think Varun passed his message and then he said I'm done now. He comes back in.
இதான் முதல் தடவை நம்ம கமெண்ட்ரியில் கேட்டது நடந்திருக்கு. எப்பயுமே நல்லா விளையாடுறாங்கன்னு சொன்னால் அவுட் ஆவாங்க. இப்போ விக்கெட் வேணும்னு கேட்டோம், விக்கெட் விழுந்துருச்சு. ஐஸ்வர்யா ஸ்ரீவத்சவா ப்ராபப்ளி தி மேன் ஆஃப் த டே in high scoring, a lot of people hitting those sixes, and he is one batsman, one bowler where batsmen have struggled.
I think he's bowling in very interesting line. He's making them reach for the ball, not bowling it in their zone. So he's being smart about it. He knows which batsman prefers room, and he's bowling tight lines on that. And specifically for Varun, he knew a game plan was to bowl away from his body so that he can't use that power that much, and that brought him a wicket.
Was that your strategy that you gave it to Ashish just before the game?
No, I haven't divulged any strategy. I think Ashish would know more about Varun than I would do in the 2 seasons of QPL. So I think it's more of Ashish's coin on how to bowl to Varun.
Very good bowling by Aishwarya. He's making sure that there's not going to be any more than singles. Oh well, the keeper went for it, but the backup by Rahul Mishra was excellent. Otherwise, it would have been an easy 2.
Naveen, I was more civilized about having 4 fielders outside than what you can hear behind you over here.
That's the most interesting part about a lot of cricketers out there, right? They get super frustrated when they get out and they start thinking about what are the reasons that they could say on other people. Well, that wasn't the shot to be played to one of the best fielders situated at long off.
That was a very interesting choice of shot, especially I think Savneet is one of the best fielders of Terminators, and to play it in his hand, especially the first catch that he took, that was an interesting choice of shot.
We need commentators, come quick. Bacheti, come on, quick. We have Amit Bacheti joining our commentary.
Oh, that's a amazing shot.
For how long? Who's playing by the way? Hari, come here, yaar. I need some oversight. पंजाबी से कर ले.
अरे आजा पंजाबी में कर.
हाँ मराठी में करते हैं आजा. मेरे को कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा कौन सा बॉलर है.
ऐश्वर्या है और अजय कोटनाला बैटिंग.
So let's see what Ajay will do, huh?
What do you think Ajay will do?
I think he will miss the ball. Oh, nice. He did. Someone missed the ball. I said someone will miss the ball. Oh.
Apparently, the keeper missed the ball.
Okay. Yeah. I did not expect Ajay will play something like that today. He's a bowler, not a batsman, right?
Haven't you seen the last match?
Yeah. He made it.
Ajay, please watch 2 hours 32 minutes on YouTube. Score update, yes, I'm telling them. Okay. Score update, guys. 119, 12 overs, 4 wickets.
Go buy some french fries and come we'll eat.
He's asking for it.
Meaning? Now also, meaning?
What is he saying? You're sitting there just like a
He's talking about you, sitting right.
He's telling me only. At least say something to him, man.
Hey, he is our most important man, scoring. Come here. Go buy fries for him. So there are going to be some interesting field changes. Ashish Arora wants to still bowl, apparently this time for a better reason because one of the batsmen who hit so much is out. He's forgot to remove his cap, but now he has. They've got Rahul Mishra warming up a little bit. Probably more spin, and they're saving 7th for the death overs. Ashish comes in to Ajay Kotnala. Both thick friends outside the cricket. And is it a catch? No. Is it going to be chased? That's an absolute boundary. What do you think about this choice of bowling towards Ajay despite giving like 15 runs in the last over?
Ajay prefers room outside the off stump and prefers a full toss ball on his body. So if Ashish bowls to the stump, he will be much swimming in safer territories, let's call it that way. But yeah, anything outside, it's boundary or 6 minimum.
So is Ashish going to do more friendlies and hoping that the other end will not go as planned because the first one was a boundary, bowling wide outside. Second one is probably another boundary as well. The captain who did this 2 weeks before is fully charged up to do it again. So it's captain versus captain. So it's 2 balls, 2 boundaries. The bowling end captain has bowled apparently 2 not so good balls, but the batting end captain has made sure that he has hit them both for boundaries. There are some questions towards the number of fielders that they have outside the cycle. Apparently not different. Is it going to be another short ball? Yes, it is. Pretty much. As he picked up the gap, will it be 2 runs? They're not charging for that. வெளியிலேருந்து நீங்கள் கேட்குறீங்க பிரிட்டோ ஆண்டனி அதை வேகமாக வந்து எடுத்து போட்டதுனால தாங்க அது 1 ரன், இல்லைன்னா 2 ரன் ஓடி இருந்திருக்கலாம். So it's 3 balls in this over, and no, 4 balls, and he has given 10 runs. Ajay is back on strike. Is it going to be another 15-run over? That's a full toss. Apparently, he has glided it down. Could be easy too if they tried hard enough. No. So they're happy with 10 runs and over, apparently, which will still get them towards the target.
Yeah, because they need 8.5 runs per over. So I think they're playing sensible cricket here. Attacking the first 2 balls and then taking it easy throughout the over. Let's see if they can continue the momentum this way. It's definitely shifted in the favor of Transformers now. Unless Terminators manage to get a wicket, I see them scoring this at a very easy pace.
And as we speak of the wicket, Rahul Mishra drops one. Is there a run out? No, throws in the wrong end as well. So which means the wicket that we were expecting hasn't come, and Aishwarya has finished his overs. There's a call from the batsman asking for a different bat. Do you think the problem is with the bat there?
I think definitely he's not comfortable with the bat he's playing in. It's probably a new bat he has. I think he has an older Seat bat which he's calling for. I think he's much more comfortable with that. So we'll find out. The umpires are very good today. We've got Muni and Santosh umpiring. They're very accurate in terms of maintaining time. They're very accurate in terms of asking people to have the scores updated. Thank you so much, Muni and Santosh, for officiating the game. And also, it's time to call in our sponsors. Thank you so much, sponsors, for helping us. Toffee Day, Cisar, Woon Accent. And this game currently is played between Tupkatal Training and we have Indiawala on the other end. So all our sponsors, thank you so much. We've got more to thank for, and as you guys see, between the overs, we'll have all our sponsors thanked. The batsman has taken the 1 over power play, which means they're only allowed to have 2 fielders outside. And very good decision of bringing Samneet back into the attack for that the only power play over they have got. I think it's going to be slightly tricky because if it goes down to the penultimate over, you need Samneet to bowl that. But I think he's trying to go for a wicket in this power play because a wicket is going to change the momentum in their favor. So it's going to be a very interesting choice. I feel they're going to play it very safe, Transformers, and not give a wicket. But you never know. Cricket is a funny game.
Murad likes saying that quite often, that it's a funny game. That's a good Yorker. Goes for a single. Apparently the Seat hasn't helped now, but let's see if it is going to rock in the next 5 balls.
Yeah, it's. I think it's more, how do you say, a placebo. It's more about what you're comfortable with. We still have 5 balls left. The Seat might work. A 6 would do.
Clearly it's not a 6, but it's also 2 dots on a power play over, and it is coming on the 13th over as well, or the 14th over. So which means another 40 runs after this and 4 overs at a run rate of 10. The batsmen are very much capable, and these guys can do it in a span of 3 overs for sure. But so are the bowlers today. Savneet is getting the third one. Really well bowled. Straight to GT. And that's dropped again. They've dropped Ashish twice. One on his new bat and one on his old bat, apparently. So this will leave.
What are your thoughts on changing bats mid innings?
Well, I find it interesting because I only carry one bat with me. And I'm so comfortable with it always. And I know what I'm doing with it. And there are apparently people who are very comfortable with different weights and different timings. But if you think your bat isn't ready, you should not be playing it in a game, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. It's also interesting to see that usually when you bat with one at the beginning of your innings, you start to get a feel of it, and then changing it midway, I've never been comfortable with it. But then again, I've never owned more than one bat. So yeah, pretty much played with that same bat through and through.
Yeah, but it does cost you about like 50k in Indian rupees, so I don't think you can own more than one.
Yeah, but you could also get 5 bats of 10k each.
But as we speak of the bats, I don't think the bat or the batsmen are making any difference now, and the bowlers are having a merry in this power play. Savneet has bowled 5 deliveries, has just given 3 runs, and this is the only power play over that they had today.
Interesting. Why do they have only one power play over?
That's because the overs are shortened, and they only have 18 over game instead of 20. And you can see the reason very well. The lights are already on. Brito charges in. Are they going to go for 2? No. I think Transformers have pretty much gone through and understanding that it's only 1 run if they run.
Yeah, but Brito has been feeling really well in the deep. His arm is also really good, so they are not going to chance that. They're not going to take any chances with him. So they're going to go for it. Let's see. Yes.
It's end of 14 overs, 135, which means in 4 overs they need 44 runs.
I know you're grumpy because you didn't let try.
So 4 overs, 44 runs is what they need, Murad. So you're saying that they need 11 runs an over? Oh, Ashwarya has got 1 more over, so that's good. But they're finishing him. They need 39 runs of 24 balls apparently at 9.75. 10 runs an over. So Srihari, what do you think they'll do? Do you want to come join in? Give me your teams.
So I'm going to go as the next batsman. I think I need only 5 balls to make it 20. So I'm aiming to make 4 fours in 5 balls. Yeah.
What are you going to do with the other ball?
Other ball that I will give it to you for your backup.
That was interesting. Good confidence from the Transformers camp, but that's a dot ball. For all the words that have been spoken, no runs have been scored.
Look at the next ball. Ajay Kotnala కొడుతున్నాడు బాల్ ని కొడుతుంటే బాల్ కనిపించట్లేదు. It's somewhere in the skies. Yeah. This ball is going for
బాల్ ని కొత్తే కనిపించలేదు. కొట్టపోతే బాల్ వాడిని కొట్టింది ఇప్పుడు. A very good positive thinking by Transformers campaign. So apparently what he was trying to say was that if Ajay hits the ball, it disappears. But on the other side, the ball was hitting him. So it's going to get interesting. The run rate has creeped up to 10 already. 10.3.
Still we have Ajay Kotnala in the crease. So nothing is like impossible, everything possible. So yeah, let's see. Hope we will get 10 plus runs this over. Next over is going to be easy for our batters.
I think every single time the commentator talks about it, it's a wicket as well and a dot ball. So for the last 3 balls, Harry, your predictions have gone opposite to Nostradamus.
Still I have hopes. Our Viral Shah, popular our club player, he is going to crease. So yeah, let's see what he will do in the crease. So looks he is very confident. I think he can make 2 sixes. Then the match will turn towards Transformers. It's too much expectations from the Transformer team. Hope Viral Shah
Murad, what do you think?
Srihari, weren't you going next to hit the next 5 balls for 4 boundaries? What happened to that plan? Could you throw some light on that?
That is still on. The plan is still on. So I'll go in 18th over. I need just 5 balls. Otherwise, Durai is there, so Durai can make our team win.
Probably in 3 balls.
Yeah, if Durai goes, then it's in 3 balls. But for Hari, at least I need 5 balls.
So interesting. You say you're going to go in the 18th over, which is in nets or in the match? Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about match.
So is everyone watching? Please root for Srihari to go in for the next 5 balls and hit those 4 boundaries and make Transformer go over the line.
Is it inadvertent that you're asking for another wicket to fall in, Murad?
Yeah,
Is that what you want at this point in time?
I would love to see Srihari bat at this point of time because I would love to see some boundaries. I'm not too sure if how Viral is going to approach this innings, but it's interesting. Stay tuned.
Still my doesn't win. I think Durai can make us win today.
There's a lot of positive support that's coming from the Transformers campaign, but Aishwarya Srivatsa has been excellent today. To be very honest, he's got one of the best bowling records for today, and he pulled them out for the bonus point. He made sure they safely got the bonus point, and now he's probably getting them the win as well. 4 balls, 4 dots, and a wicket, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, he's good choice by Ashish Arora to bowl Aishwarya the 4th over. He's taken 2 wickets, has been very economical. Oh, that's a good shot.
Viral wanted a 6, but goes straight to Bidu Henry for a catch. I think so for all the trash talks that we have had from the campaign, it doesn't go well really on the field. 5 balls, 1 run, 2 wickets. So we've got our Durai Singham உள்ள போயிருக்காருங்க. வேற லெவல்ங்க அங்க பாருங்க. நடைய சிங்க நட எங்காலால மாற்ற முடியுமா அப்படின்னு பார்ப்போம். இன்னொரு பக்கம் 2 பேட்டை மாற்றி ஆஷிஷ் சர்மா ஏதாவது பண்ண முடியுமான்னு பார்த்துக்கிட்டு இருக்காரு. ஆனால் இந்த மேட்ச் ஆல்மோஸ்ட் half lost to Transformers நினைக்கிறேன். Murad, what do you think? Has Terminators already won the game?
Wait 1 second. There is a. I need to.
So he's busy with his scoring. So Aishwarya, I'm really impressed the way that he could. He's announced himself really well. He's bowled 4 overs. Will be interesting to see what his stats are, but I don't think apparently he gave too many runs. I think the only person who can save them again is Akash batting again. So interestingly, I've got a phone call asking about the 5 balls, 5 fours coming. But it's been an excellent over. Aishwarya Srivatsa, kudos, one of the best spells that we have seen, especially in today's game. He signs off bowling his 4 overs and having given as little as possible. That's a huge 6. Ashish is trying to take it on himself.
The Seat bat is finally working. The change of bat has shown its magic.
So after seasoning for 1 over, the bat has finally understood what to do. Is that the talisman trick at this point in time to save? Let's hope Savneet can do something more. I'm vouching for him. Is that going to be a wicket? No, that's a single. Can they push for 2? Durai, does he want to get run out? No, apparently. So which means Saunit has got the opportunity now to bowl to the new batsman.
Haven't seen much of Durai, but he looks like a powerful lad. So if it's in his slot, I think we're going to see a 6. Let's see.
So we got Durai. I think the smart thing would be is to go for singles and give the strike back to Asha. Oh, that was a beautiful shot. Amazing batting. It was timed like excellent there. Durai is announcing himself really well there, and I don't think Terminators can relax already. Durai has hit straight. Is it going to be a run out? Yes, it is. And after that amazing boundary, Durai has just lost his way. I don't know whose call it is going to be. It's going to be interesting to watch in videos. But for everybody who was asked for who the batsman is going to score those 5 boundaries, Srihari is walking in. Srihari is walking in. He claimed to score 5 boundaries in 4 balls or 4 boundaries in 5 balls. Something like that. And I think they've lost like 6 wickets and they don't have a lot of batting left. And Ashish will have to do it on himself. That was suicidal after getting that excellent boundary, isn't it?
I think it was the need of the hour to bring Ashish on strike. That's why he went for it. So I don't blame him.
Well, an interesting thought there. They don't have a lot of wickets left.
Yeah, but as long as Ashish is playing, they can score the runs. They won't be needing the wicket.
So Ashish has got a moral responsibility now to end the game on himself. Let's see who the next batsmen are going to be. It's hard to find who they are.
We are 10 only.
Apparently, they only have 10 batsmen as well. So the retired not out batsman is gearing up to go back and draw some support still. So it's going to be interesting last 2 overs. It's 15 balls, 26 runs. A good shot. Well, that's a boundary. You can see you could see all the cheers that's coming in for that boundary, which means that's that important. Then they need 22 runs. They need 22 runs in 14 balls. Well, Terminators have the last laugh. The camp was not so thrilled just a couple of overs before.
This last ball is something that Ashish needs to take a single and come back on strike. Will he do that? Let's see.
Overs it towards there. Is that a boundary? That's a boundary. That's scoring fast. So that's a boundary finally. So it's like good 8 runs. But is it not now going to be the new batsman on strike?
Yeah, but I think Srihari needs to forget his promise and just take the single and give strike to Ashish. Clearly, the change of bat has worked for him. He looks in much. He's connecting the ball really well. He's middling it with this bat of his, so he should continue trying taking the strike.
Or do you think Srihari should live up to his expectations of getting those 4 boundaries really quick as well?
I think at this point, 2 boundaries would also do. I don't think. Hey, 2 for 18, bye.
Hey, 18.
2 for 18.
18. One head.
करना एक सेकंड मेरे को बॉलर जानना है हाँ अबे जो है वही कर रहा भाई जान लेगा क्या बच्चे के भी
Who's going to bowl the 17th?
So very interesting, Naveen. You see this person whose voice we are hearing? His name is Manish Verma. He was one of the lead bowlers of Troublemakers, and used to never be on time to the ground. You had to call him, bring him, and now today he's since the Pool A player of Transformers. Yet he's on the ground cheering for them. See, interesting what a game does when you're put on bench.
No, I think it's totally different opinion because of his 46 runs that he scored over the league game that just happened. That's a white ball, so they're going to take it. So that's two good runs that the camp is going to take.
You
It's
forgot my 3 wickets.
That is 2 runs from the 4 that you promised us.
also on the other side. I think Manish has figured out his batting quite recently as well. Let's see what Brito could do in this over. Can he get a wicket? On the field, is it going to be a wide again? So that's 2 more runs.
So only thing is, I want to give the credit of my last inning to a player from Team 5 called Hari, who played on my name and scored 46 runs. I didn't play.
Oh, okay. Apparently, it's not him. So all the cheer that we did now can go off the wash basin. So they've got 4 runs now. They've got 4 runs already, which means they need only 13 more or 14. 14 runs of 10 balls. Can Brito not bowl a wide? Is that going to be a catch? Is that going to be a catch? Can Samnit make it? No. And that's going to get interesting. They need 13 runs of 9 balls. It's interestingly getting more and more interesting. And they only have 10 players. So with one more wicket, it'll be nice to see a little bit more pressure transfer.
Ashish's wicket is the key. So if he stays, they win. If he gets out, it's game over.
Point blank. It's more the shotgun. Would it fire or it wouldn't? Let's see. There's been 3 balls bowled so far and he's given 5 runs already. 2 on the extras, which will hurt him. Or perhaps that's also a good way to keep Ashish outside of the strike. That's a good shot by Ashish. Is it going to be a boundary? It's almost a boundary. And yes, it did run. No. Vinod Davra has picked up and it's just 2 runs. So that is 2 runs, which means it's 4 balls done. Another 8 balls remaining and they need 11 runs. So who's going to bowl the last over? Savneet?
I think Savneet is done with his quota of 4 overs. I think it's either going to be Ashish or it's probably going to be Rahul Mishra.
Spin will be interesting to try. Is that going to be a catch? No. Is it going to be a double? They should push for a double. It's an easy 2. That should have been an easy 2 for all the time taken. But Ashish wants to retain strike apparently. He wants to take it to the last over and take the pressure on himself. I think Ashish is making some really, really sound points out there saying how good he can bat and he can take the team on his own.
He's already scored 39 of 30 balls, so it's pretty much at a 130 strike rate. Then they choose not to take the single. That's a very wise option because that keeps Ashish on strike now for the last over. Interesting to see who bowls the last over. Ashish Arora is going to have a difficult choice on this one.
6 balls, 10 runs, and he doesn't have a lot of bowling choices. Savneet has completed his over. Aishwarya, who is better, has finished his quota as well. Ashish Arora has not been at his best, but he does have 1 more over, I think. Rahul Mishra has been pretty good, but it's going to be a difficult choice to give that ownership to a spinner and ask him to contain that in 10 runs. It's going to be difficult for any bowler, but that being said, somebody has to own it up. Do you think the captain would do it on himself?
I think at this point the situation calls for the captain to put up his hand up and lead from the front. But also it's also how he's feeling, where he's comfortable bowling the last over or not. Ashish Sharma has taken him for some runs, so it's going to be an interesting choice. I think it's Ashish Sharma.
I would have preferred Santosh Ravi to bowl though. He has not bowled any over in this game, and there's not a lot of information that the opposition would have had on him. And he's a lanky off spinner who can flight and change. But I think they predominantly decided not to go for a spinner, and Ashish has taken it on himself. But I like that he's leading from the front, as what you said. It could very well be a captain's goodwill at the end of this game.
But honestly, I would have tried Santosh Ravi at this point of time because he's an unknown entity, especially to Sharma. So, interesting choice specifically to bowl an off spinner as well, because it's almost like they need 10 runs from 6 balls. So if they go for a boundary, then it becomes pressure on the bowling team. But it's also good that the captain is leading, so that in case they end up on the losing side, he's put his hand up first. So that's leading from the front. Good.
Well, they still have the bonus points. I think it's okay at this point in time, but it's going to get very interesting. The first couple of balls will decide the pace of the game for me. It's a short ball. Hit there. Is that going to be a boundary? Is it going to be a boundary? That's a boundary. Five balls, 6 runs. It's going to be. 5 4s under 6, or is it just 5 runs in 6 balls?
I think at this point of time, the first 4 they will take it easily. 168 now.
It's again short balls. It's like bad bowling. Bad bowling. Oh, lovely fielding. It's going to be a single again. Oh, is it a run out? Oh, will it be a run out? Will it be a run out? No. They've appealed for a run out. They've appealed for a run out. Those are two really, really bad balls, and not having feel to those balls as well.
It's actually, to be very honest with you, it's this ball should have been just 1 run, because Srihari also decided at the very last minute to go for the second. Didn't put Ashish in a very good spot over there. But yeah, Ashish Arora needs to bowl some tighter lines. He's giving wit to Sharma.
So interestingly, the voices have gone up, and it's 4 runs of 4 balls. And as I said, the first 2 balls sets the pace, but the batsman is down. Is he going to take his time and recover and do it, or what do you think?
I think this is where experience plays. He's trying to slow the game down. He's making them think a little. Also, he's catching his breath because he took the second run and had to dive in to make it to his crease. So it's good to take some time off at this point of time in between the game and slow it down a little bit. So Naveen, what do you think? Who are you backing at this point of time? Terminators, Transformers? What do you think? Or do you think it's going to be a super over?
I think it's very much a batsman's game at this point in time. In a T20 match, run a ball, and the way that the current bowling lineup is also doing, and too many short balls. That's a wicket. That's a wicket. So would it change? Would it change? Oh no! This is pressure getting on to the fielding team. It was really very well done by Santosh, but I think the captain is feeling the pressure on himself too much.
I think they should have taken this single, because now it's pressure on them to get that 2 runs somewhere. But also Ashish is backing himself. I mean Sharma is backing himself to get that boundary to finish off the game. So he has 3 balls to himself. Let's see what happens.
But also the current bowling line and length is setting perfect for him. Is it a 6 or is it a catch? Is it a 6 or is it a catch? Sandeep drops it, and they're running a 2. And this is... They've dropped Ashish Sharma 3 times today.
But like you said, catches win matches and drop catches make matches interesting.
And when you drop 3 catches of a batsman, I think you're just setting yourself up for a failure there on a very long run. And this could be the pressure moment, but those 2 catches would hurt them for a really, really long time.
That was a really nice ball from Arora. He took it away from Sharma's hitting zone and made sure that he didn't give him any width.
Is it a super over? Is it a super over? Is it a super over? Let's see. Is it going to be a super over? It's 1 ball, 2 runs. It's 1 ball, 2 runs, right? No, 1 of 1. It's scores tied now. I think so. It's been a good question, but I'm going to leave that decision to the umpires today. So I think they're going to just run irrespective of where the ball goes, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty much going to be that. You just run, even if you get run out. I don't know what the rule is. Are we gonna have a super over or not? Santosh.
The keeper has thrown one of his gloves away.
Let's find out if we're gonna have a super over or not. Yeah, smart.
I think he should have tried the man carrying quite before instead of waiting until
It's too late in the game.
But it's just one run to win. The last ball, the most interesting, and they're again doing a man carrying. But why boo? But also on the other side, man carrying will still mean that he has to bowl another ball. It doesn't count, isn't it?
Yeah, it's you just get Ashish's wicket, Sharma's wicket, and he's hoping that.
I think Viral wants to do the final ball commentary for all the comments that he's doing on the other end. Let's see what Ashish could do. The final ball is running in, not another man carrying. Delivers it, throws. Is it going to be a run out? Is it going to be a run out? No! And they won the game. Srihari does what he was supposed to do, just not in boundaries though.
Srihari has at least ensured one of his promises of taking his team over the line, not by means of boundary. Sharma helped him out there, but yeah, it's a good win for Transformers.
I think Terminators would have learned some of the important lessons, but also on a retro, it's an apparently very good game for 18 overs. Transformers have now passed the score of Terminators and they have won the game. And the amazing commentary is now being signed off by Naveen and
Murad.
Thank you guys for enjoying our stream. We'll see you guys next week Tuesday again for the next QPL game, which will be Titans versus Thrashers.